Okay. These pictures look pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. For panty and stocking. And wait, whoa. Okay, I did not see you there. Hey guys, and welcome to Creepypasta Reading 6. Now, last week I've done the 5th one, and I had a thought of myself, why not do this a bit more often instead of doing it each other month? Or, you know what I'm talking about. Because the 4th one came out for about 8 or 9 months ago, you know. So, well, I kind of brought it back while I was reading NES Godzilla Creepypasta as a special episode, but I don't know if I should actually count it as a special episode. I don't know. Let's see if everyone sees this. I don't know. Wow, Eric got 500 followers when I got like 800. Let's see if you go. My God damn it. Jebe mu mater. There's fucking flies in here. What in the fuck? What the fuck am I looking at? You just saw the tweet that Eric had retweeted. It's something which I'm not gonna go. Jesus. And also for like I think I said like over an hour ago, I posted another Rare Replay Adventures episode, and it was something. It was something. Yeah, I'm gonna turn your one just to be clear. There you go. Just turn the iPad off. And I'm not wearing any jeans or any pants right now. It's just me with my hairy legs. God damn it. I should do a waxing challenge or whatever. Just like all the YouTubers. But anyways, I'm gonna try and finish the Happy creepypastas because we've done 3 of 6 creepypastas of the Happy story, or shall I say, timeline, and it's pretty messed up, and it's a bit creepy, and all that stuff, because that's how creepypastas are, right? Yeah. Let's see if you guys can recognize this music right here. If it can just show up. Yeah, that music. Would be good like that. Okay. Before I start, I'm gonna do this. But before I'm gonna read. I'm gonna drink this glass of Fanta right here. Yeah, it's let me just bring the bottle on the table. There it is. As you can see, and this is the updated logo or new logo for Fanta, which I've only seen here in Serbia, not in Sweden, and not in America, I think. I don't know. But I won't be tired because this live stream will be like for like 4 hours. And also, tomorrow, for you guys to live in America, which means it's today for you guys who are watching Europe, I'm gonna leave to, I'm gonna head back home to Sweden. Yep, in about, let's see, 12, 13, or 14 hours. I don't know. But we'll be home at midnight, as far as I know. So, anyways, let's get let's write. got them. Let's jump right into the Creepypasta readings. And boom! And let's do this. The whole screen. There you go. Can you see it? Cause I think you can. Let's do that. As you can see, I have this same hard, dark creepypasta music like I had in my last creepypasta reading. So you guys can see. Okay, good. Good. So yeah, start right now. So if you're watching this from the future, then hey, and I'm gonna try and read throughout all of it, all this, yeah, all that. Well, let's see how long these are, because Happy Happy 2 is like the same length as the original Happy Happy. Yup, you see right up there. Ooh, okay. The Insane Man. Oh, yeah, okay, I can read that too. And last but not least, Happy's Fun Riot, which is the final one, I guess. It's like a creepypasta that's been part of Happy Happy the True Vision. Yeah, if you go right here, then it says all that. Rough drafts of Happy Happy. Oh, just happy. No, I'm good. I think I can handle that later. But anyways, let's jump right into Happy Happy 2, the Dumb Angel. Before we do that, I'm gonna try and find the fly swatter so I can literally just kill this fucking fly who's about to interrupt me someday, like in some minute. So I'll be right back. Right. I'm back, and nope, I don't think I can hear any of the flies around here. Cause oh nope, there's just one. Oh yep, it's still in here. There's this goddamn one fly that's been doing something. I'm gonna try and find it first. Hold on. Huh. It's one tiny little bitch. Or we can just read it right now. Wait. Where are you? Okay. Let's begin. August 3rd, 2012. I was checking my email when I got a message from a fan of my blog. As soon as I opened the message, the contents shocked me. The fan claimed that a new Happy Happy episode appeared on the internet on the 30th of July. He explained that he found it on a website that he described as some kind of fucked up YouTube ripoff. At first, I thought I somehow missed an episode when Frederick worked on the season 2 episodes in 2001 and 2002. When I replied, he told me that the episode got released in 2012. I couldn't believe it in one bit. What am I doing? Couldn't believe it in one bit. But to prove me wrong, he sent me a file of the episode. My worst suspicions were true. The episode's name was Happy the Pirate and began with the intro from season 1. For some reason, the entire episode looked like it was recorded from a low-quality VHS tape. After the intro, it showed a widescreen view of an animated school. It zooms in to show Happy wearing an eye patch for whatever reason. Teaching a class, Happy turns to his side and tells why he was off the air for nearly a decade. Apparently he was at Apple University, getting a new diploma. Well, that's something to not believe of. I don't know. Of course, you should know why he was really off air, so it's fooling almost nobody. After that, he resumes teaching the class, and it's revealed what he was in class for. Happy was teaching children how to become pirates. It shows a table with various pirate apparel and weapons, including eye patches, peg legs, and hooks. One of the students began playing with one of the hooks and ends up cutting his hand. Happy looks at him, looks to the class and says, "I'll be right back, children." Happy brings the child to his van and slams the door. A chainsaw begins to rev up and the kid gets killed. No sugarcoating, the kid is quite clearly dead. What the fuck? Afterwards, Happy tiredly walks out of his van and goes back into the classroom. One of the students say, "What happened to Aaron, Mr. Happy?" Happy turns to the camera and does his trademark death smile for 30 seconds before turning back and replying, "Aaron has gone to a better place," to hide the fact that he did something bad to him. Happy quickly says, "Hey, let's learn some more about pirates." He begins teaching the kids about the history of fruit pirates for about 3 minutes. It was quite funny to listen to. After that, he tells them that it's time for recess. They pour out of the class and it cuts to stock footage of children playing on the playground. But it wasn't the same playground as the ones in seasons 1 and 2. It shows a large bully who looked like he was in his 20s. Green screen over the stock footage picking on young kids. It zooms to an enraged Happy looking out the classroom window. Happy goes over to the bully, grabs him by the neck, and drags him into the classroom. After shutting and locking the door, loud yelling is heard from the room for minutes, until you hear Happy slamming the bully against the walls, the lockers, and the door. Because of the bully's size, the door gets damaged. Eventually, the bully is heard screaming in pain, and the neck snapping sound is heard. Yee. Happy opens the door to show the entire room covered with blood, organs, and bones. His eye twitches, and Happy murmurs, "If forensic was here, my job would be so much easier." But no, someone just had to kill him. Finally, Happy tells the children that recess is over. The students run back to the classroom, which, interestingly, has no trace of body parts in it. That's weird. Happy resumes his lesson about fruit pirates. He walks over to a corner of the room that has a TV on a stand. He pushes the TV to the front of the class and puts in a VHS, which depicts how fruit pirates lived in ships. The cartoon lasts for about 80 minutes, and it ends with the pirate ship exploding for whatever reason. Happy wraps up his lesson by asking the children questions about the cartoon they just watched. To Happy's absolute surprise, the children answer all the questions correctly. The strange thing about this part is that after a kid answers a question, Happy does his death smile for a few seconds before Cole is saying, "Correct," in the name of the kid. After all the questions were answered by the children, Happy was so proud of his students that he says he has a big surprise for them. He gets them to follow him outside the school. The screen cuts to a full-scale model pirate ship, similar to the one in the cartoon. The children are in all at it. I don't know. Happy gives a short lecture about how hard they worked, and that they're now ready to become true pirates. The kids dress up in pirate gear, and board the ship. Happy climbs up a mountain, and he sits down in a chair holding a glass of lemonade, with the ship visible. The children can be barely seen dueling with wooden swords and walking the plank. Happy turns to the audience and says, "Hey kids, if you try hard enough, you too can become a pirate." A scream is heard, and the ship explodes, sending children, body parts, and charred wood in all directions. Happy isn't emotionally affected by it at all by him, and says, "Don't be scared that those children have lost their lives. They're all dead now, and what's funny is that you couldn't have saved them from the fate when I could have." Happy does his dead smile for 3 minutes as the video gets more distorted. The credits roll, and guess what plays? Yep, they're coming to take me away, ha ha, of course. The weirdest thing with the credits though was that all the crew members' names were forensic. I can understand why though. The song was a different version than I've heard on the original episodes. It sounded much less clean, as if the song was recorded in a basement and not a recording studio. After the credits, an ad for Happy Happy's newest episode plays at the end, but the video cuts out before any clips get shown. I have a lot of questions about this video. First off, who made it? Was it one of the followers? Or did Frederick's survival fake his suicide? I don't know until the next episode premieres, which will be on the 6th. August 4th, 2012. I swear I saw Frederick walk into an old slaughterhouse today. He was wearing a ski mask like the one during season 2, and he appeared to be talking on an old cell phone. He saw me, though, and dropped the phone on the ground. Luckily, I was driving, so I ran him over. Oddly enough, when I drove off, I saw several followers run out of the building. But do you want to know what's the worst thing I saw or heard of today? I've been emailed by a fan on my blog who told me that a cartoon that was intended to play on Nick Jr. in some rural areas of Washington was replaced with Happy the Pirate. Luckily, it was only in 3 or 4 towns. This means that Frederick and his followers might have complete broadcasting control over those towns. He said Frederick could have hijacked the airways and could have replaced the original cartoon. How did he manage to do this without being caught? This is the first time since the 1987 Max Headroom hijacking that something this extreme was done. I'm concerned about this. Oh yeah, I heard about the Max Headroom thingy. I think it was, hold on, let's take a bit of a break there, because let's talk more about the Max Headroom thingy. Because I think it was when Doctor Who was playing, and Max Headroom was just sitting there and just talking random stuff about something. I couldn't remember what it was, but I remember watching that video. And one time, he got spanked. Like what? I don't know. What the hell? I'm trying to fix the goddamn. How about I do this? There you go. Hold on, trying to see. Goddamn fly, whatever he is. It's like one sip. Oh, okay. Let's continue. Hold on, there you go. August 5th, 2012. Just a few hours ago, I got an email from the same person saying that he obtained a copy of the original production reel of Happy Happy. Said reel was the one that was shown to the Nickelodeon executives by Frederick and Keith Blue. So they're like brothers. Or it's just that Frederick's just his only name. I don't know. It starts with an extended intro for Happy Happy, which had the same Frederick singing the lyrics. Happy, 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 app, happy, app, happy, app, happy, 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 app. He helps kids all day. He was born in Washington in the Keith Apple farm. He got a degree in caretaking from Apple University. I don't know. Happy Happy likes to help. Yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. Happy Happy wants to help every single child now. Oh, really? But I don't think so. After the intro, it shows Happy's model, which was different from the version shown on Noggin. I forgot what Noggin was. It's some sort of channel. I don't know. First off, his eyes were white and had no pupils. Huh? He also had legs and feet. But didn't have leaf on his stem. Fair enough. He began talking, but it was more in a normal voice than the deep voice Tristan Ye gave him. He gave a speech saying why Nickelodeon should pick up Happy Happy and how it would be a successful Noggin. After this speech, he talked about some of the plot lines for the episodes, especially Nick needs help, heard Happy, and Happy goes to school. However, I saw that some of the plot lines mentioned in the reel weren't used in the season. One was a plot where Happy goes and solves a mystery involving a puzzle piece. After the various plot lines get mentioned, Happy Happy stops talking and the video ends. Post 2. Okay, so I got emailed again by the man showing me the true promo or promotional for normal word for the next episode, Happy's Parlor. It has clips of Happy buying an ice cream parlor, which is actually a bar, but has ice cream logos plastered all over him. It turns out that the parlor is a dedication to his best buddy, Frederick. There's not much else to say about the promo, but in the background, there's a photoshopped picture of Happy Happy sitting with Napoleon the 14th. August 6, 2012. I got a chance to meet with Jim again. He seemed to be freaked out about the fact that Frederick might be alive, and even more so that he has more followers. After he calmed down, I showed them Happy the Pirate. He pointed out several things about the episode I had no idea was there. For instance, for a few seconds when Happy's doing his death smile after the explosion, the video distorts and cuts to a clip of a woman being hung by the legs of a wall, with the followers surrounding her. I assumed I missed that because I skipped over a minute of that scene. We drove over to the slaughterhouse, but when we went inside, there's only a note there. Well, did you miss me? I assumed that you thought I was dead. Well, you're wrong because I never kill myself. I assumed you'd think that though, because you're obviously slow enough to believe in anything that results in a happily ever after ending. While you were living your life peacefully, thinking that I was dead, I managed to kidnap several criminals and people and threaten to murder them if they didn't comply and become some of my followers. Was about to say murder them instead of theme. I don't know. I guess might be a problem, so I think he forgot to edit them. This way, they'll never stop me and take me away. One of the people I kidnapped will be the centerfold of my greatest hoping. Also, I tricked you. This is not where I live. I only wanted to let you know that I'm alive. Frederick Gorgon. I'm getting sick of Happy Happy and Frederick and his followers. August 7, 2012. Today I got sent the new episode, Happy's Parlor. It's shorter than Happy the Pirate because it's 28 minutes long compared to Happy the Pirate's 32. When it begins, it zooms into inside the ice cream parlor, revealing Happy Happy decorating the walls with pictures of him, Frederick, and Napoleon the 14th. Napoleon looked like he got edited in, however. He turns into the camera and tells the viewer, "Hey kids, I bought an ice cream store in memory of my best buddy Frederick." He waits for a customer. The camera cuts to a boy walking into the store. He tells Happy that it's hot and he needs something cold and refreshing. Happy Happy gives him a large milkshake. However, right when the boy drinks it, he falls on the floor unconscious. Strange. Happy Happy proceeds to strike the boy in the back of the head and to make sure he's knocked out, and grabs the unconscious boy and drags him out of the room. Interestingly, the scene was done in stop motion and gave Happy Happy legs that he didn't have before. It cuts to Happy Happy dragging him into a large meat locker, tying him up so that the boy can get away. The boy slowly begins to wake up, realizing how cold it is. Happy Happy is looking at him through a large camera with a dead smile on his face. Dead smile? Why is always that smile? The boy gets weaker until it finally collapses and dies. Oh shit. Happy turns to the camera and says, "Hey kids, I know something more fun that we can do. Let's go in my ice cream truck and give kids free ice cream." It cuts to Happy's van, which he has decorated to make it look like an ice cream truck. Happy Happy goes past a few houses, playing an ice cream jingle, which was the theme song, and a few kids come out of the house with money, screaming, "We want ice cream!" That's the best I can do. Happy Happy looks and tells the kids, "I don't need your money. Just get in the back of the van and take all the ice cream you want." The kids believe him as always, and they get in and get into the back of his van. However, right after this happens, Happy Happy shuts and locks the doors and begins driving as quick as he can while the kids in the back are screaming in fear. This motherfucker! The police began chasing him, but Happy seems to be paying no attention to this whatsoever. In a flash, Happy Happy turns off the road and goes into the forest, trying not to crash into the trees. Please crash into the trees. The scene becomes more and more intense. No shit. As the screen flashes intensely and Happy Happy becomes more and more agitated. Finally, Happy Happy sees a lake and barrels out of the vehicle, letting the van crash into the ocean, which ends up killing the children. Happy Happy looks at the lake and turns to the camera while death smiling. Happy Happy walks back to his parlor in relief. He turns to the camera and says, "Man, wasn't that fun? Hey kids, I have an idea of how we can have more fun." He pours various lighter fluids all over the parlor and lights it up with a match. It cuts to the outside of the parlor. God damn it. Which burns up. The police are seen standing by the ice cream parlor, arguing if Happy Happy had actually killed himself. I don't think he did. They also argue over what they should do first, find Happy or the children. Before they decide, a loud, obnoxious engine is heard. It cuts to Happy Happy in the rusted, wet van, which worked for whatever reason. He revs up his engine and lunges at the officer, screaming, "This is for you, Frederick!" The credits abruptly roll right before he hits the officers. Instead of "They're coming to take me away, haha," the music was Revolution 9, played backwards. During the credits, however, I saw something. There are 4 flashes at random times. I'll play the credits frame by frame, and what I found was that all 4 flashes were the same picture. A bunch of random letters passed it everywhere, with Frederick's trademark smile. Oh yeah, and the preview for the next episode, it's called Happy's Birthday. And in the promo, some children are celebrating Happy Happy's birthday. The only thing really notable is that in the background, you can see the smoky ruins of the ice cream parlor. Okay. August 10, 2012. Hello, my fellow followers. I'm the one you call Frederick Gogoy, the creator of your favorite television show, Happy Happy, and the reason Fright House Screamers ended so early. Gerasim Yakolev is a dead man, for I am still alive. Did he really think I would die that easily, or is he just that naive? I would never stab my lovely knife down into my throat, but I assume Gerasim thinks so. Almost everyone related to Happy Happy is dead, and Gerasim, my stalker, who knew way too much, is soon to meet the same fate. To prevent my arrest, I've gone under a new identity, which I won't tell you because 'cause you lot would report me to the cops. I got a whole crew working on new Happy Happy episodes. Soon they are to perish as well. It's almost too sad. But that isn't a problem for me. Seasons 3 and 4 have just been planned out, and there might just be a movie in the mix. Keep an eye out for me, Garrison. You're going to need it. P.S. If you think I still live in that old blue house, think again. August 14, 2012. Yes, I know that August 10th post that Frederick has made, but I'm not sure if he's still alive or one of his followers is acting as him. Either he or the follower used another keylogger, or he went on my blog when I was asleep again, which is unlikely. Today I got a Happy's birthday from the person who keeps sending me the videos. Happy's birthday starts out with Happy Happy talking to the camera saying, "Hey kids, it's my birthday today. I'm 32. And the kid says, "Happy birthday, Happy. Wanna open your presents?" Happy does a dead smile and says, "Sure." Happy Happy is seen in an arcade at a table decorated for his birthday with a truckload of presents. The kids are handing the presents. During this scene, you can see the smoking ruins of the ice cream parlor. Happy excuses himself from the table. He talks to the camera outside, saying, "What these kids don't know is that I contributed all but a few of the presents. And they're all things I can use with my friends to help children with." Doesn't that sound swell? Nope. Happy goes back into the arcade and opens a package which had a knife in it. He sets it on the table and the kid picks it up and swings it, knocking the cake off the table. Happy gets pissed off, so he says, "Hey kids, Brew and I are going to get another cake." Happy grabs Billy's hand and runs with him outside. Happy and Billy run into the van, which was repaired for the most part. A few remnants of the ice cream truck can be seen, however. Happy gets a chainsaw and tries to mutilate Billy. Billy is heard screaming, and a guy who was drinking some soda goes over to the van. He opens the door, and Happy jams the chainsaw into the man's face, tearing it open. Happy drags the body of the guy in and kills Billy. A few minutes later, Happy... My god, it's getting fucked up. Anyways, a few minutes later, Happy goes back to his birthday party and opens the rest of his presents. Happy says, "Who wants cake and ice cream?" And all the children yell, "Me!" Happy goes to his van and gets a marble cake with apples on it and puts it on the table. He lights the candles and the kids sing him happy birthday. Happy starts cutting slices of the cake and gives them to children. Children nearly eat the cake when one kid says, "Happy, what is the filling of this cake?" Happy Willie says, "Strawberry." The kid displays with marble cake with what looks like blood between the layers. It looked more like real strawberry filling, however. Happy says, "Children, give me a moment. Don't eat your cakes just yet." He runs off with the kid that asks him what the filling was. Happy hesitantly says, "If you don't mention what the filling of the cake could be anymore, I'll let you play some arcade games." After this, he brings out 10 rolls of quarters. The kid takes the roll and runs off. For a minute, the kid plays the various games in the arcade. He goes outside and finds a photo booth named Lenny Lemon's Photos. Lemon. He goes into the booth and shuts the curtain. After pressing a few on-screen buttons, the kid is ready to take this photo. When Happy jumps off from the back and strangles him, Happy had set up his van to look like a photo booth. The booth begins to break apart, revealing Happy's van. The kid is heard screaming, and the mutilation noises can be heard. The door slides open to show Happy doing his dead smile, with body parts and blood everywhere. Happy goes back into the party room and says, "Now you can eat the cake." The kids eat their cakes and starts to throw up. I don't even know anymore. Happy begins to smile as the kids keep puking until they fall unconscious. He drags all the children to his van and drives off. A long driving scene happens with Happy nearly falling asleep at the wheel, and Happy parks his van into his house. He drags the kids to his basement, and for the rest of the episode until the credits, he does a damn smile. The credits had no music, just heavy breathing by someone in a mask. It showed the promo for the next episode, Danny Returns. All it shows is a monologue by older Dan explaining what Happy did many years ago. Off screen, Happy says, "Hey Danny," and the promo ends abruptly. August 15, 2012. Today I got a letter from the Otis Lens factory, once famous for producing high-quality furniture for whatever reason. The envelope was heavily wrinkled and moldy, like it was stored in a safe for 100 years. After opening it, I found an undated letter telling me that my presence was required at the factory. Clearly, I had suspicions about this letter, so I researched the factory's history. It turns out that the Otis Lens factory shut down in 1997 due to a fire. So either the letter was delivered extremely late, or one of Frederick's helpers is trying to lure me so that he, or she, could kill me. I can't see the future, and oh no, never mind. All the post was made in 2012. So I don't know what's going on. Wait a second, where's the damn fly? There's like only one fly in here, so. Oh God, Jesus! Did you see that? The fuck was that for it? Oh my God. There you are. There you are. Stand still. You pičko materinu više. That asshole escaped the fucking fly, mate. I don't want you to interrupt me. Dude. Imagine if I finally killed a fly after I finished the live stream. Imagine that would happen. It would never happen. And get away from my screen, please. Let's continue. August 17, 2012. I went to the Otis Lens factory yesterday. Ever since the fire, it has become a very popular target for urban exploration in Aberdeen. Most of what remained inside the factory was stolen, save for the machines that made the furniture. After parking what remained in the parking lot, I went inside the factory with a revolver and a flashlight. As soon as I said, "Is anyone in here?" I caught a glimpse of someone in the chair. I put on my flashlight and I instantly knew who was in the chair. It was Tristan Mike Drews. Unlike the bodies of Kevin, he basically fucked it up again. Tristan and Miranda, his body wasn't horribly disfigured since the only visible knife mark was a deep one in his throat. In his hand was a CD, which meant one of two things. It was or wasn't a leaked episode. I took the CD, but I heard and saw two red eyes and giddy laughter in the distance. I didn't feel like finding one of the followers today, so I got out of the factory and drove home. While driving up, I saw at least 3 more followers staring at me like they were the village of the damned. After getting home, I put the CD in a laptop that I had reformatted in case the disc held a virus. It was full of 100 or so notepad files and a video. All the notepad files were just gibberish, but the video was very interesting. It was about 66 minutes long. Named Happy Episode Creation 2. Windows Movie Video. And starts with a forensic mask staring at this camera for about 15 minutes. God damn it, it turns to static for a minute, and Happy is seen lying on the mask with his dead smile. What is he even trying to say? After the minutes, I don't know. The camera falls to the floor, and an unknown man can barely be seen in another room. He picks up the camera and holds it to his face and says, "Hello there, I'm Frederick Gorgor, the owner of my little group. Today I'm going to show you how we're making the newest episode, Danny Returns." He goes into a basement which is massive and holds several blue screen sets. In the middle, a man is tied up in a chair with duct tape in his mouth. He walks up to him and removes the duct tape. Frederick says, "This nice man here is Ray Boiler, or Danny if you prefer." Danny says, "I hope you are burned in hell. One day you will pay for what you did to my sister, father, and mother." Frederick says, "Oh, I'll die one day, but not before you do." and puts the duct tape back on. Danny, in a muffled voice, starts screaming in anger. Frederick says, "Ignore the empathetic man." And anyways, it begins with writing the script. Points the camera towards the typewriter and with some paper on it. Frederick says, "Just for you, I'll show the name of the episode after Danny returns," and zooms the camera in towards the title, which was "A Day at the Tracks." Frederick says, "I'm not saying what the episode is about, but I'll say that it'll be the best episode yet until the one after that is made." He says, "After the script is done, I get the props necessary for the episode, and a table full of props is shown." Never mind. He says, "I make the props myself, while a few of my followers get the parts. After I make the props needed, I get the cast, if you insist." Okay, that's enough. At the back, some kids are heard screaming. Frederick walks to the back, and a cage with some malnourished children comes into view. At the 30-minute mark, Frederick says, "These are the cast, other than Happy and whoever is playing as Forensic. After we get the kids, we start from the episode. I'm on a scene with Danny and Happy. A follower unties Danny and he gets to strangulate the follower. Frederick grabs his scimitar knife and stabs Danny in the shoulder. He screams but tries to strangle the follower again. Frederick grabs the knife and begins twisting it to the left. Danny finally gives in and Frederick drags him over to the blue screen set. Frederick reads the camera, says, "Action!" and begins filming the scene. Danny walks in frame, holding his bloodied shoulder, with Happy's clay model being held up close to the camera. Danny pretends to bump into Happy and Danny gasps. He says, "You? It's been a long time, hasn't it?" Happy says, Yes, it has. I've always wanted to kill you since you tried to kill me by blowing the blue barn up." And he reaches into his pocket saying, Yes, and brandishes a knife. Frederick says, "Cut," and turns to the camera. He says, "I can't show you anymore. You just have to watch the episode to find out if Danny dies, Happy dies, or neither of them gets killed." It goes to static for the rest of the episode, but during some parts I thought I heard something. But during some parts I heard the sounds of what seemed like a murder. I'm absolutely horrified at this. I mean, it was already bad when Frederick slaughtered kids back in 2001. But this is just too much. For one, Frederick Gogoy has friends this time. Had friends this time around that can help him produce episodes faster. Secondly, he's threatened. He's treating the kids as well as Danny worse than before. I'm definitely going to try to stop the followers by the end of the year. Go ahead, I can't even see what's happening in 2012. August 20th, 2012. So I looked at the hanging clip in the Happy the Pirate, and I found out that the woman who was being hung was actually Jenny from season 2. How do I know this? Well, I found that full 10-minute video of her being murdered on a private live leak video. It's in the same VHS quality of Happy the Pirate. The video was sickening because after she's knocked out and hung by her legs in a pole, Frederick makes a long speech about how insignificant death and women are, while all the followers listen. After this speech, her body is set on fire and she wakes up. She screams in agony for a few minutes until she finally dies. One of the followers puts out the fire on her body and cuts her head off with Frederick's knife. Finally, they all cut her head open. And eat parts of her brain. Oh my god. This goes on for a couple of minutes, but it felt like an hour. The entire thing looked like a cult gathering, and everything about the video was just awful. Sorry. I really need to stop this thing before it progresses to the point where my entire family is dead. Or died, I don't know. Also, I heard that Newport was promoted to the rank of sergeant. Good for him. Congratulations, I guess. Let's see. Okay. August 21st, 2012. Today I was emailed. Danny returns. Danny returns starts off with a young man sitting on a bench in the playground. He turns to the camera and says, "Hello everyone, my name is Danny," which some viewers might recognize me as the brother of Miranda and son of June in season 2. I returned to the old playground to kill Happy Happy for what he's done to my life and family. It goes to a flashback where Dan explains how Happy Happy permanently ruined his life and how he wants to pay his dead family members back. He sees a kid playing in the sandpit and gasps at the fact that Happy Happy is coming near him. Then he distracts the kid from Happy by throwing a dollar outside the sandpit, and he gets out of the sandpit to get the dollar. The kid proceeds to buy ice cream from a vendor. Happy notices the man and says, "Why did you do that? I was only trying to help him." Then he says, "Last time you helped children, you died because of me." Happy gives him a sly look and says, "Oh, it's you. It's been a long time, Danny. Tell me, what happened to you after I died?" Danny says, "Would you really think I would tell you that?" Happy brings out a red-hot fire poker, says yes, and stabs Danny in the arm. What is... Oh, never mind. Danny screams in pain and clutches his shoulder. Happy starts stabbing Danny repeatedly, and it cuts to a police officer watching Happy stabs Danny. He spits out his coffee and turns the sirens on. Happy looks to the side and says, "Damn," and Schiffer said, and "You're lucky you're still alive, Danny. If it wasn't for the police, I would have had my way. I would have had it my way." Happy runs to his van and drives off with the police car chasing him. It cuts to Happy on the freeway on his van with a subtitle, "1 hour later, present." The inside of the van actually looked normal for once. There was no blood, organs, paintings of roses or knives or saws. I wonder why it's clean this time. Happy goes to his house but notices smoke coming from where his house was. Worriedly, he parks his car and notices that his house was burned down. Happy is infuriated and finds a note on the ground saying that Danny sets his house on fire in revenge for what Happy did to him. Happy finds snaps and runs to his van, driving off to the playground. The episode ends with no music or the credits, and it went to the promo for a new episode, A Day at the Tracks. Happy announces over the radio that a grand race for charities will happen, and the kids are only allowed to race. It shows children lining up to race in Ron Racing's grand race. It looks innocent enough until the very last second, where it zooms out over the race. Two things are notable. First off, these kids seem to be lining up at what looks like abandoned train tracks. Secondly, Forensic is barely seen handing out flyers for the race. God damn it! August 25th, 2012. Remember when I talked about how I ran over Frederick a few days ago? Well, I guess that didn't kill him because I read a news report about him being arrested. The episodes I'm watching were probably made before he got arrested. Knowing Frederick, I thought this means the end of his legacy. Cool. August 26, 2012. I bought a DVD off of eBay entitled Rare Happy Missing Scenes, which was obviously missing scenes from the show. Pretty obvious. Each deleted scene was not only in VHS quality, but also looked cheaper than the Air Noggin version. Here are the deleted scenes on the DVD. Hurt Happy. Happy breaks his stick as usual, but instead of him saying, "Oh no, I hurt my stick," in the original version, it's more unnerving with Happy yelling and screaming more. Nate needs help. Happy uses the knife that Nate cut himself with to stab a bully in the head, who is picking on a group of 8-year-olds. The Towers. The kid who was crushed under the rubble is shown for a lot longer, around 5 minutes, and eventually the scene ends with him passing out due to thick air. Happy in space. Happy returns to Earth and writes a book about his experiences on the shuttle and the ISS. What was that again? I don't know. Frederick is shown for the first time on the show, congratulating Happy for being the first apple in space. Whoa. Hospital doctor. The nurse calls the police on Happy, but is shot in the back of the head by Frederick, who happens to see this. Happy's parlor. Clay banana puppet is kidnapped and killed off screen. After this, Happy walks back in with a yellow ice cream cone and takes a bite out of it. These scenes are very interesting. As for the out of place deleted scenes in Her Happy, and Nate needs help, I can safely assume they were created by Frederick and not by the original cast. Alright, speaking of the original cast, I need another drink. Hold on. Let's see if oh, that would be awesome. That would be really awesome. Yes. Fucking hell. They need to do this. They actually need to do this. Yeah, I know, right? Freaking Apple killing kids. That's fucked up. Us all the time. When you're enjoying life, but then you remember something stupid you did a long time ago. I remember that too. Never again. Yeah, I'm there right now. Let's see how many views I got. Okay, that's cool. August 27, 2012. Today I watched A Day at the Tracks. It begins with Happy Happy saying, "Hey kids, your old pal Happy Happy is going to host a race tomorrow." It sounds like, "Hey Jugga, this is your old pal McJuggernuggets here." It sounds similar to that. It cuts to Happy near a mountainside, setting up various decor for the race. He says that the race is for kids only. It costs $1 to get in, and I think $1 is like 7 Swedish crowns, I guess. I don't know. After that, Frederick walks in and says, "Hello there, Happy. Did you miss me? I sure missed you. Anyways, did you want me to hand out flyers for this race?" Happy agrees, and Frederick is seen giving people flyers for 2 minutes. He does various techniques to get people to join the race. Frederick staples flyers to telephone poles, hands out flyers on the street, and puts the flyers in people's mailboxes. Interestingly, some of the shots of Frederick badly green screen on black and white 1960s footage. Okay. It cuts to a day later where a few kids come to Happy's race. They get dressed in racing outfits and stand on the starting line. Happy's seen in a dressing room getting dressed in a mascot costume. He says, "I'm dressing up as Ron Raisin so that the kids won't recognize that I'm hosting it." After that, more kids come and join Happy's race. A raisin puppet walks up to his stand and checks the microphone. And after that, he says, welcome to Ron Racing's Grand Race. Make sure you grab a map and a bottle of water for this race, as they will be long but rewarding." The children go to a stand run by a man who looks like Mervyn Payton. Okay. And they take a bottle of water and a map each. After that, Ron says, "Now, whoever is in the first place in the race will get a prize of $1,000, which is 7,000 crowns, I think. I don't know. Oh, I can't even mix it up. The second place winner gets 500. Third place gets 250, and everyone else will get $10. Oh, that's sad. Why not get $100 for those come fourth to last place? Why not them? The kids cheer, and Ron says, "On your mark, get set, go!" And the kids run down the tracks. A bunch of stock footage of kids running or walking plays. When all the racers are gone, Ron unzips himself, and Happy starts laughing insanely. After throwing the Ron Racer costume to the side, Happy says, what the kids don't know is that at a certain point in the race, there will be a long, dark tunnel. My friend's followers will be in the tunnel, waiting to kill them all. If that doesn't stop them, the wall will surely get them. He proceeds to walk off screen, but comes back and says, "What? Did you expect me to have a train now and then? Train motor down?" Okay. More stock footage of people running is seen, with around a quarter of it being teenagers and adults running. After this, the children go into an old abandoned tunnel in a still shot. After a minute, some children start screaming, and the cutting of flesh is barely heard. Ugh. Suddenly, the scene goes absolutely batshit insane. Kids are screaming as various unknown people are killing them. Jesus Christ. Some cry for the parents, and others try to push whoever is killing them away. Now, let's not forget that there were the noises. And dear God, the noises were the worst part, ranging from knives cutting flesh to organs being violently ripped out of blood being spilled on the rocky dirt floor. After minutes, though, the screams and murderous noises fall silent. It goes to the other end, where one kid is seen running away from the tunnel, screaming and crying. As it gets close to the camera, it's clear that the kid had obtained a few cut marks and blood stains on his body. He runs to the finish line where Ron says, "Well done, you won a race, and for that you get your $1,000. But you look very injured. So how about I patch you up first before you take the money?" The kid nods, and Ron slowly takes him to a large shack with a rusty sign that says, Happy Clinic. Oh no. After a few minutes, though, the kid is seen screaming again. Happy begins to kill him, and in the credits play, the song was an obnoxious snare and nothing more. The point for the next episode was weird, to say the least. It was called Happy Makes a Movie, and began with Happy saying, "Hey kids, I'm making a movie." Happy begins to make a treehouse, a fall slicing someone's throat. Jeez. Happy playing the bongos, singing a song in German, and a zoom in of a fake propaganda poster with Napoleon XIV in it. August 28, 2012. Apparently, there was a deleted scene from a day at the tracks that could be the beginning of Happy Makes a Movie. After the scene where Happy kills the winner of the race, he exits the shack with all the money he planned to give on to the winning children. Happy goes to the movie director, who is obviously a child, and puts the money on his desk. Happy tells him that he wants the director to help him create a horror movie. The director thinks about it and asks where the script is. Happy does his death smile and proceeds to murder him off screen. After this, Happy exits the room carrying a wagon full of money bags. I don't know why Frederick deleted this scene. Maybe it made the episode too long, or maybe he liked how the episode ended. But he's a very sick fuck. Sick fuck. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. I need another drink from my Fanta, yeah. So that I won't yawn, yeah. I need to wipe my glasses. Jesus Christ, they look dirty as fuck. You see, I don't know how my glasses get dirty someday, but that is not right. That is not right. The right side of the glasses is done. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to wipe my glasses because there's some dirt on it, which I don't like. Which me don't like. Me wipe out glasses because me king. What? No, I'm not the king. What are you wobbling about? Let's see. Much better. August 31st, 2012. Jim Forces just emailed me 3 things that he just found that are related to Happy and or Frederick Gorgoy. Sorry. A few days back, he called the Tsunami Hotline in episode 4, sometime during the only time I called it and when I got Happy the Pirate. The line must have gotten out of service since he heard the "Your call could not be completed" recording. However, according to Jim, the quality of the recording was so distorted that it sounds like an Irish man was dying. Oh no. The second thing he found was that a man was killed by a van in a hit and run in Corpus Christi, Texas. Okay. It doesn't sound noteworthy unless it involved an employer or Frederick, but there were 3 facts about this murder that I felt it needed a mention on the blog. The first fact was that the man was Nate from Nate Needs Help. How do I know this? Well, when Nate was killed, he was 5 days after turning 20, which means Nate was around 6 when he started. when he starred in Happy Happy. The news article had a photo that showed him on his 6th birthday. He looked almost exactly like he did in Nate Needs Help. The second fact was that also on the news article was a picture of the van taken a minute before it ran over Nate. It shows the unknown assailant going into the van, which looks exactly like Happy Happy's van. It's the same color, has the same window tints, and even has the license plate. The third and last fact was that Nate was killed the day before I got an email with Happy the Pirate. The last thing was that the girl who played Abigail is one of the few season 2 casts to survive 30 years, since she had sent Jim a letter confirming she's still alive. Okay. Let's start this bad boy again until I see Robert Robert the doll. Wait, Robert the You mean Robert the doll, not Robert the dog. And it will be the dog related creepypasta. It will at least be smile.jpg, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, I heard that was something about documentaries and stuff. Oh boy, I love documentaries. Oh yes. Let's continue with the songs. Right now. Okay, so I think that's from Evil Dead 2 because of that skeleton. What the fuck? Okay. September 3rd, 2012. Today was sent the episode Happy Makes a Movie. Before I tell you about the episode, however, I'd like to mention that along with the episode, "They're coming to take me away" was included with the download. You know, we should call this into TGIF. No, I'm joking. TCT. Man, TCT is good. TCT. Remember this, okay? Instead of using this, we should use TCT. Hashtag TCT. It was the same slightly distorted version from the Happy the Pirate, but in full length. Sorry. Jesus. In this version, the background noise was much more noticeable, and the silences sound much different from the more popular version. It's as if this was a rough draft of the song, which if so, I wonder how it was obtained. Knowing how obsessed Frederick was, I wouldn't be surprised that he stole it from a vault, or even from the original person who created the song. The episode begins with Happy at an animated movie studio. Some clay food puppets are in the background, setting up what appears to be a horror movie set. Happy turns to the camera and says, "Hello, children. Your old pal Happy is making a movie today. It will be called Children of Disease." Why would you ever name a horror movie Children of Disease? Why don't you just make a shorter version and call it COD? No, I'm joking. That was the worst joke I've ever done. He goes on about the plot, and the same man goes around killing children that have been deemed as a disease by the killer. It must have been inspired by Frederick. He films the first scene where a news person talks about a serial killer who murders children. After that, Happy begins to film the first murder scene. He tells everyone but the kid who would be in the scene to go away, even though he said it would. He said it. Even though he said it very suspiciously. The crew members, who are of course children, leave the studio. Happy talks to the kid, whose name was Andrew, about he's going to be a star in a very popular movie. Andrew is seen walking in the forest set, wielding a flashlight. All of a sudden, Freddy jumps from inside and stabs the kid. What followed was another snuff film scene, but this time it was thankfully quick, at almost 2 minutes. Oh, hopefully that snuff film scene is not worse than the Broken movie. Oh no. I'll try to talk about why I mentioned it was not worse than the Broken movie. I'll talk about it soon, after done with this post. After that, Happy turns to the camera, blood on his face, and gives a death smile for a minute, before he tells the crew to come back in. The crew walks in, and Happy is shown cleaning up the bloodstains of the kid. When the crewman asks what happened, Happy says, "Oh, I'm just cleaning up the remains of the blood pack." His sighs in relief and more normal scenes are shown being filmed, but they were put in a 1 minute 30-second montage. In one scene, Happy builds a treehouse set and put in the Napoleon XIV poster. Eventually, it was time for the second murder scene. Happy told the crew to go away, and they did, but one of them hid and watched what happened. The following scenes was seen from the point of view of the crewman. Happy begins to film the scene, and Frederick is barely seen murdering a kid, which is more bearable than the first murder. Sorry. After a minute, though, it zooms into Frederick, and you can see the murder in more detail. Plus, it's longer than the first one, at 4 minutes. After that, the crewman gasps, and Happy says, "I hear you." It cuts to the outside of the studio where crewman members are discussing how Happy could be mentally unstable. Happy argues with the crewman for a minute. And like the scene in Happy with the bully, the crewman gets killed by Happy, but this time, Frederick helps kill the crewman. It occasionally showed the reactions of the other crew members, ranging from curiousness to horrified and even a smug look. After a minute, Happy tells the crew to come back in. They do as he says, and the first thing they see is Happy with his back turned to them. One of the crew women says, "What happened, Happy?" Happy slowly turns around with an insane appearance. His right eye was twitching slowly. There was blood on Happy's teeth. He had rapid breathing, and he held a knife in his left hand. The employees were creeped out at Happy's appearance. When one employee said, Happy, are you okay?" Happy said in a high-pitched, stern voice, "I'm fine, my friends. Just come over here and I'll show you a couple of changes to the script I made." After that, multiple forensics locked the doors to the studios, and it cuts to outside of the studio where the crew scream as the forensics murdered them. It was a little gorier than the scene from A Day at the Tracks. Very sickening sounds could be heard, like the insane laughter of the forensics and happy the cut, the cutting flesh of the cutting of flesh and various body parts falling into a cold concrete floor, as well as someone's head hitting a set hitting hitting a, what hitting said floor. What does that even mean? The said floor. What is that? I don't know. Horrified screams that turn into gurgles, and the employees struggling to get away and unlocking the doors. After that scene, it went to the credits, which was surprisingly normal. That is, until you get the preview for the next episode, Happy's Hotel. It starts out with Happy in the hotel lobby, putting up various pieces of furniture. He turns to the camera and says, "I'm going to own a hotel today." The rest of the promo shows children sleeping in a room with a big shadow looming over them. The end of the promo said it will be released on the 17th, meaning that I have to wait 2 weeks before I see this episode. I hope that it isn't gory as the early episodes. Knowing it forwards though. Okay, before we post, about that scene when I mentioned that's not worse than a snuff film than the Broken movie. That last scene in the Broken movie. If you haven't watched my reaction to the Broken movie, you can do so if you want to. But I'm gonna try my best to explain what the last scene contains. That one victim who was captured since the beginning of the film, he was seen hanging, and the killer starts torturing him, and then cut his limbs and start presumably raping him, and then took out his heart and eats it. But during those scenes, there was like this not flashbacks, but like a meanwhile scenes showing the killer's previous victims, which were golly awful. Now, one of my friends wanted to see the film, so I gave him the link, and I was right, and it was definitely the worst film of all time. The worst. Like Not the snuff film, but the last scene turned into a snuff film. Yeah, I'm not fucking joking. If you're about to type in the Broken movie on Google, and then just go into the video section, and you see that the video is over 20 minutes, that's the whole movie. That is the whole movie. If you're about to type it in, then that is the whole movie. That is the whole movie. Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to continue reading now so I can refresh the memories from watching the freaking Broken movie. Oh, God. Like, the rest of the movie is good, to be honest, but the last scene. The last scene. Hell to the no. Grabs popcorn, Doritos, and other snacks. Well, good for you, man. And but what tastes are the popcorn, Doritos, and other snacks? Psych Man 07 Studios. Boy. Wait, let's see. I thought it said Jumanji, but I don't know. But well, with 40 minutes and 40 seconds. Oh, fuck! Oh, don't tell me that's not from Mumuji or whatever it's called. It's from The Last of Us. You can see right there is on the final scene where he saves. Okay, spoiler alert. Where he saves, I think it's Ellie from a hospital. Okay, that's one thing I'm gonna say. September 7, 2012. I had another meet with the followers again. This time, however, it happened at my house. What? It started when I watched some funny YouTube videos and talked to my brother over Skype at about 12 in the night. Just like what I'm doing with Eric. Yeah. I'm that messy guy, you know. I don't know. Vladimir was going to come over tomorrow, but I got really sick, so I had to delay the flight for a week. As soon as I stopped talking to him, I had one of my kitchen windows being opened. I grabbed a flashlight and a gun. I walked to where I thought the noise came from. I reached the kitchen windows and saw the center one was open for whatever reason. I grabbed the bottom pane and shut it. And as I was doing this, I saw a member of the followers standing in the dining room. I grabbed the light and shined it at the follower's face. I saw that he was wearing a forensic mask, and not the odd baby one. I jumped back a bit and yelled, "Who the hell are you?" He coughed up for a bit and said in a deep and muffled voice, "Hello, Jason. I am total about work." What? What? Let's call him the Tin Man. I am the Tin Man, old-time follower of the Frederick Gorgoy. You can call me Tord. No, okay. Tord for short. Said, "Why are you here?" He chuckled, called some more, and replied, "I'm here to warn you about your fate if you keep researching Happy Happy." I sighed and asked, "Let me guess, you're going to kill me if I deliver deep into the show. I've played this game a few times before, and I was winning all of them." Tor cut some more before grinning at me. He uttered, "Well done. You're right for once in your life, Jason. But it's not exactly going to be like that. You see, if you keep researching this show, we're going to slice you up." I laughed at what he had said. He flew to rage and screamed, "Do you think this is a joke? You Russian piece of sh—" Wow. Damn, calm the fuck down. Don't be racist against Russian, you toy bastard. I decided to respect him and stop laughing at his threat, telling himself to calm down. Toy rapidly replied, "Okay, I apologize for the outburst. You see, we're going to grab you by the hair one day and knock you out like Happy did to the boy in Happy's parlor. We'll drag you back to where we were hiding, which I'll not tell you, and we will torture you in the most natural way possible. Slowly, that is." He chuckled, which turned into a boisterous madman cackle. After a lot laughing, Toad calmed down and said, "We'll chop your hands off and feed them to our dogs. Your feet will be no more as we cut them off with a jigsaw. Your nose and eyes will be burned with a blowtorch. We'll rip out your hair and teeth finally. causing you to bleed from your scalp and gums. After you die, which you probably will after this stage because you're very weak, we're going to dispose of your body with the good old hung, drawn, and quarter method. After that, we'll pin your body parts to the most visited buildings of Aberdeen. At this point, I was frightened and stupid at the same time. I was like, the fuck? Todd continued to keep talking. After that, we'll mail some of your body parts to your family. Oh, and your brother? Once he comes over and visits your grave, we'll do the same to him, but probably worse. He did his laughing routine once more before being thrown into a coffin for him. Once he calmed down, he finally said, "Now, listen to my deal. Do not research Happy Happy anymore. It will forget you like you never found the show in the first place. Got that? Well, do you?" I said again and shot him in the chest. Oh, shit's like, nope, I don't give a damn. What did I give a fuck? Which got spit on the screen. God damn it. He fell over, screaming and laughing in pain. I walked to him and said, "No, I won't stop researching Happy Happy. When you and your brothers do like this, I want to research you show more." Shit. Tard. So listen to my deal. You guys will stop trying to kill me. You got that? He chuckled, called up some blood and said, "That's one shitty deal. If Freddy hears about this, he'll spend less time filming scene episodes and more time sending us after you, as well as killing children. You made a very bad mistake and you're going to regret it. I promise." After that, I grabbed my phone and called the police. The entire time Tor was mocking me, forcing me to tell him to shut up or else he'd be shot again. The police finally came and took Tor away, and I spoke to Sergeant Newport for about 10 or 12 minutes about the followers. I'm working with him to stop them once and for all. There's only one problem. We don't know where they are, so until Tor comes up some evidence, it's a mystery to us. At the very least, I have some strong physical evidence to show Newport that Frederick has followers do, in fact, exist. September 10, 2012. On the 9th, I got a call from Jim Forrester. He had read my post about the meeting with Todd Quirk and said that he was trying to do more facts about Happy Happy that would help me find out where Frederick was hiding. He continued that I should go back to the Otis Lens Factory and the John Wilkinson summer camp to see if there were any pieces of evidence that would lead me to where Frederick is. Or I should say this in a Swedish accent. Fredrik. Is that better? Frederick or Fredrik? I'll take Fredrik. Tomorrow I'm going to go back to the Otis Lens Factory and see if I can find any more evidence. Soon after that, I will go to the summer camp and do the same thing. September 11th, 2012. Oh my goodness. Oh, fucking hell. Today I went back to the Otis Lens Factory before I asked. I did find some evidence. I took the same route I had taken on August 17th to get to the factory. As I reached the old parking lot, I parked my car in the space that was closest to the double doors. The reason is that if there was a follower there, I could get to my car quicker and not have to run across the parking lot. Grabbing a flashlight and gun from my meet with Tord, as well as a notebook and pen for when I'm finding evidence. I went into the factory. Instantly, I saw that it wasn't the same as the first time I went there. Tristan Drew's dead body wasn't there, but the chair was. Also, one of the large machines near the back was missing. As I left the room where I found Tristan, I found myself inside a room where the employees built the furniture. The conveyor belt was still there, as was some of the tools, but the room was empty otherwise. I went into the room right next to it. The conveyor belt continued, but since there were old, dirty cardboard boxes on the ground, I knew that this was a packaging room. Packaging. There you go. The room next to it was where they shipped the furniture to various retailers. The belt finally stopped, and next to it there was an intact box of furniture made by the factory. It was covered with dirt. but I dusted it off and found that the box contained a chair. I proceeded to open the box, but I did it away from me. If this was a trap made by Frederick, or one of his followers. After dumping the contents, I found that the box, anticlimactically, contained nothing more than the part of a chair. God fucking damn it. I went back to the main room to see if I could find any evidence. To the right was a door leading to the offices of the owners of the factory. The door was locked, so I had to destroy the lock with the tools in the furniture assembly room. When I did, I had to go up a staircase before I reached the hallway where the owners' offices were. There were 2 on the left side, while there were 3 on the right side. I chose the first office on the right, Travers Grayville's office, because I was closer to it than the others. I opened the door and looked inside. Because the door to the offices was locked, there were very few items missing inside. There was nothing in there that looked suspicious, so I closed the door. A.D. Elliott's office was the same, as was Kala Cotterial's and Bryce Teal's. Finally, I got to the office of Otis Lenz, the owner of the factory. As soon as I got into his room, I heard someone walking. I shined a flashlight to where I thought the noise came from, and I saw someone dressed in forensics clothing run towards the window. He was about to jump when he turned his head towards me and nodded. He jumped out a window and landed on the roof of another building nearby. Knowing that the follower Fredrik had messed with his room, I started looking around the room for any evidence. I think it's about the warn Fredrik that is in the factory, I guess. The first place I checked was the bookcase near Otis's desk, since that was the easiest place to hide something. The books were all neatly placed together, all by beginning to rot, until I got to the bottom row. There, I saw that a few books were sticking out from the rest. I took those books out and found a note. Unfolding it, I saw that the paper not only had 2 veteran followers of Fredrik, Milton Berg and Marion Baden, but had a new one, Kit Niles. Stuffing the note into my pocket, I checked Otis's desk for more evidence. I started with the smaller drawers and worked my way up to the big one. Each drawer had nothing in it except for the largest one. When I pulled the largest drawer out, a rolled-up note came into my view. Unfurling it, I read the contents. Fredrik, I'm now at the Otislands factory. Since your is coming to look for evidence to possibly break into our hideout with the police, I'm going to put a note to not waste his time here. After coming back, I'll talk to you about the John Wilkins summer camp. Sincerely, Milton Berry. Now that I knew that Milton was the man who was in the office, I left the factory since the evidence I got from the desk and bookshelf was enough to help the police in some way. As I was starting my car, I looked to the side and saw Milton, still on the roof of the building that he jumped on. After turning his head, he proceeded to point at me. I drove out to the parking lot and looked back. There were 3 other members hiding in the bushes, ready to kill me if I had parked further away. I didn't go straight home, however. Stopping at the police station, I barely managed to talk to Newport, who had ended his shift a few minutes ago. After talking to him for a while, I showed and explained the letter and note, which freaked him out. Quickly, Newport said that he and another officer, Ford Faulkner, will go over to the factory tomorrow to find any more evidence. I guess I'll wait until they dig up more evidence. Also, I guess Tord died in jail of his gunshot wound. Oh. Well, that's something. He basically died. The mighty T. Jesus. Well, 1999. I'll wait for that to the next one. But for Where Bad Kids Go, I don't know how long it is, but I'm gonna try and see how long it is. Creepypasta. What is that? Oh yeah, I'm right there. Okay. Let me just see how long Where the Bad Kids Go creepypasta is. Where Bad Kids Go, there it is. No, I'll read that today. I'll read it. It's not that long. It's okay. September 14, 2012. I got an email from Newport today. He said that even though he didn't find a follower, he did find two more pieces of evidence. The first was a glove that might have belonged to Milton when he jumped away from the building, and the second was a torn jacket in the packaging room. Since the gloves do not have serial number or tag on them, Newport and Faulkner are going to trace the jacket's serial number to whoever bought it and see if they can make a new advancement. Good luck on that. September 16, 2012. Alright, before going to what happened today, I'm going to tell a couple of things. Okay, let's see about this shit. Drumroll, please. Also, during the thank you. Also, during the drum roll, I'm gonna pour another of the good old dank memes Fanta in there. Can you hear that? Fucking hell, it's dripping from the bottle. Jesus. Stop it. There you go. Keeps dripping for no reason. Stop dripping on me! Okay, there we go. Just right there, and let me just swipe out the freaking liquid. There you go. Let's go. Well, how did it get there? What the fuck? Okay. Okay. One, they found who owned the jacket, and it wasn't Fredrik or Toyd. It actually belonged to Ray Boya. And I'm not sure who his jacket would be there, unless that would be possible. Anyways, the second thing is that I went to the John Wilkinson summer camp for clues. And yes, I did find some clues, but maybe one too many. Around 11 p.m., I got in my car and drove to where I entered the summer camp. After taking my gun and flashlight from the backseat, I got out of the car and followed the trail. There were no tracks in the mud other than the footprints that I made last year, which meant that no one had been to it since. As I went up the path, my light shined on the old sign, which was entirely covered with red spray paint for whatever reason. Further up the path, I eventually reached the summer camp, and it really changed since I entered it last. Well, that's a good English. The first thing I saw when I got to the grotto where the summer camp was that almost every building in the site was burnt down. More than likely, some of the followers wanted to get rid of the summer camp so that I couldn't find any more evidence. Sorry. If that was the case, they actually did a good job, except for the fact that cabin A was still standing. Before I entered cabin A, I went around looking at the ruins of the other cabins to see if there was something that would help me find where Fredrik was. First one I searched was the one where Forensic hung up the bodies of Kevin Christensen, Miranda, and Tristan, whatever. And I wish I hadn't. The ruins of cabin D were full of charred wood, broken glass, fragments of a bed, and rotten pieces of the bodies of Kevin, Miranda, and Tristan. The stench made my eyes water. What? So after a minute, I started searching for evidence in cabin D's wreckage. Cabin B and C had no evidence whatsoever, so I was left with cabin A. When I tried to open the door, it wouldn't. Jesus, it wouldn't budge. So I looked into the cabin. Although it was dark, I could see that someone had put a bed in front of the door so that no one could get in. I grabbed a piece of burned wood, smashed the window out, and climbed into the room. Fucking piece of shit. Where's the goddamn fly? Huh? Who's on that? Oh, there you are. There you go. Are you dead? Are you? I don't know. I'll have to check it out soon. I grabbed a piece of burned wood, smashed it, and climbed to the room. I reached for the light switch, but as soon as I was about to turn it on, I heard someone shouting at me. Do not turn the light on, Jerusalem. The room went silent for a moment. I said, why not? The voice said, why not? The voice said, because if you do, all of us in the room will kill you. I froze still. I said, Well, can I at least shine a flashlight on you? The voice said. Yes. They will see how many of us are in this room before we tear you apart. I got the flashlight shining at the other side of the room. Instantly, I stumbled back. In the same room as me were 9 followers, each armed with various knives, scalpels, and axes. Fucking hell. One follower was wearing the baby face mask, while another wore a blood-stained shirt. The leader of the group stepped forward and said, "Now, since you killed our friend Todd, we're going to rip you apart now." I proceeded to say, "Listen, you skinny little motherfuckers. You're moronic. Your attempts to kill me will only result in you being arrested." Eventually, the leader said, "We're going to do it anyways. The police will never find us, ever." Smiling, I responded, "Well, good luck keeping that promise." 4 followers tried to grab me, but by the time they reached out where I was at, I was already out the window and running back to my car. I could hear the leader saying, "Get Grayson now!" as well as other followers screaming insults and laughing like a girl. They chanted out things like, "We're gonna get you," and "For Frederick!" I managed to reach the sign before one follower tried to slice my head with an axe. I shot the follower in the chest and he fell to the ground, laughing. How are they still alive? I don't know. Eventually, I reached the car and drove off. The followers chased my car for a while until I got on the main road. I looked back and saw the followers skulking back into the woods. I parked my car in the garage and called the police. After a few minutes, the police. Damn it! After a few minutes, the police came over. I told Newport and Faulkner about the falls in the summer camp and the injured follower on the dirt path. They replied that they would arrest the injured follower, investigate the remains of Captain A for evidence, demolish the remains of the summer camp, and use their house to try to track down some of the followers. After leaving, I went into my house and told you about this near-death experience, which you did right now. Okay. Before I continue, I need to see if the body of the fly is underneath the bed. Hold on, I'm trying to fix the flashlight. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to lean like that. Hold on. What? Oh! Oh, God damn it. I don't think it's dead. I don't know. I don't know. I do not want to know if it's dead or not, but Jesus, it's about to drop me every single goddamn time. Well, wait, okay. Wait, how much posts are there left? God damn. Okay. There it is. September 17, 2012. The episode didn't come today, if you're wondering. However, I do have some more information of the followers. First off, the man who I shot turned out to be Lee Jacobson, a new member of the followers. Secondly, although they lost the scent of the followers, the police did find a few pieces of evidence in cabin A. They found a dropped knife, a note which I will post, and strangely enough, a copy of season 2 of Happy Happy. Faulkner gave me the note and disc a couple of hours ago. Knowing the followers, I got a laptop I used for the second Happy Happy creation video and put the disc in. The contents of the disc were unsurprisingly videos of Happy Happy episodes. When I tried to click on one, the computer froze and I had to force a shutdown. When the computer booted, I learned that the disk had a virus that permanently damaged the hard drive. After replacing the hard drive and reinstalling Windows 7, poor bastard, I read a note to the racing. You should know that we're watching you when you sleep, buy groceries, research our show, and go to places related to us. One day, when you least expect it, one of our followers will emerge from the shadows and knock you out. He or she will go and take you away to a hideout. You spell Hada with 2 E's, you fucking idiot. That I should not mention because we like seeing you, trying to find out where we are. After that, we'll torture you. Oh yes, we'll rip your eyes, teeth, tongue, and hair out, cut off your fingers, toes, feet, and hands, and rip your guts out. After feast on your flesh, we'll send pieces of your body to the police, your family in perm, and the remaining members of the inferior show to top it off. Whenever someone opens a letter containing your body part, they will take a dosage of anthrax to the face, meaning that more people would die thanks to us. God damn anthrax. If you want to know how to stop this fate, start researching Happy Happy if you know what's good for you. Terrorism. But we might just torture and kill you even if you stop researching. My group is like a hydra. Kill one member and 2 more shall join in his place. Oh, that's okay. It's impossible to stop the Fall Wars forever. So in short, stop researching Happy Happy. Sincerely, Friedrich Gorgoid. Even if he keeps sending me shit like this, there's no way in hell that is going to truly frighten me. Okay, let's take one drink for that matter. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Fanta is good for you. And I don't want to be sponsored. Are we still... Okay, good. September 18, 2012. Today I was emailed Happy's hotel by the man. It began with Happy Happy at his ruined house saying, "Hello kids, today your old pal Happy Happy is going to buy a hotel today." Happy drives a van to a rundown hotel for sale. Happy gets on the phone with a real estate manager and buys the hotel for a mere $5,000. Oh god. It cuts to a 2-minute montage of Happy Happy refurbishing the hotel with various pieces of furniture, replacing the wallpaper and carpet, and cleaning the bathroom. Interestingly, not only did Happy put a portrait of Napoleon XIV on the wall, but in the main lobby, he put up a portrait of Norman Bates. Why? I could just tell by the fact that he put up a portrait of the main antagonist from Psycho. The plot would involve killing people in a hotel or motel. Bates' Motel! Don't enter that place. After that, Happy opens up his hotel, and the first customer is the kid and his parents. The parents are taking the child on vacation, and they need a place to stay for a while. Happy gives them room 1E, or as Happy calls it, the vacation room. How odd. The 3 go up to room 1E, and it opens up to show that the room has beach-themed decorations. The wall is covered with a panorama of a beach. The furniture is made out of fake bamboo, and there's an aquarium near the back window. Okay, near the window. The family thanks Happy and leave for the beach. While they're away, Happy meets up with Friedrich, who is in the lobby reading a newspaper. Happy tells him that they have their first customer coming in tonight, and how Friedrich should kill the 3 when they're asleep. Friedrich agrees and goes back to reading the news. It cuts to the following night, with the family sleeping in the bed. Friedrich is seen looming over the 3. He proceeds to lean over the bed, grab his skin with a knife, and quickly slices their throats. After this, Happy does his death smile as Friedrich starts cutting up the family off screen. After a few minutes, Friedrich exits the room with a bloody trash bag, goes to the basement, and puts the bag in a metal trash can. 3 days pass, and it's revealed that Happy and Friedrich had killed 7 more people and stole the victims' money to buy more torture tools. However, on the 4th day of Happy Hotel's opening, Danny is seen in the park reading the news. He reads an article about people mysteriously disappearing at Happy's hotel. Danny is shocked, so he drops the newspaper and storms over to Happy's hotel. He throws the door open, slams his hands on the desk where Happy is at, screaming, "Why are you killing people?" Happy gives a death smile and says, "Because it's fun to see them scream, Danny." He replies, "If you don't stop, I'll tell the police that you murder people." Friedrich runs over, tries to stab Danny's hand. Danny quickly moves his hand and runs off. Friedrich corners him, but Danny grabs a lighter from his pocket and sets the floor on fire. As Danny runs out of the hotel, Happy and Friedrich try to put out the fire, but it grows too big to be controlled. Happy and Friedrich run out of the hotel and shows the hotel on fire until it collapses in. After that, Happy starts a long string of swears. while Frederick tries to calm him down. Happy said, "We'll get that in one day, won't we, Frederick?" Frederick nods his head and the episode ends. Interestingly, there is no promo for the next episode. September 21st, 2012. Today I researched some more on the Happy Happy movie that had the stop motion surgery scene. After talking to Jim and looking up on Google and various other websites, I managed to run up 3 confirmed facts about how the fake movie was created. The movie first appeared on the black markets a few weeks after Friedrich aired The Towers. Part 2 was separated from Part 1 and first appeared a week later. Some members of the crew who helped work on the movie will go on to be in the followers, like Billy Batley Jacobson and Dudley Franken. The stop motion surgery took up most of the time and budget that the crew worked on the movie, which is why the other scenes look like they had a lower budget than the rest of the episodes. I know it's not a new episode or a meet with a follower, but it's at least something to hold you over until I get the next episode. So September 22nd, 2012. Okay, look, I'll just say this now. Do not send me strange emails pretending to be Frederick or any of his followers. This is the 3rd time someone has done this, and it's getting pretty tiring or pretty annoying. Considering how much stress I'm under, this isn't helping me. To quote from an email sent today, "I'm Frederick Gorgoy, haha, I'm gonna take you away, haha, and I will skin you and eat your skin and flesh and feed the rest of my evil followers. If you're going to troll me, at least make new email addresses before doing it. I'm probably going to be restricting access to only a few people. A few people, though, because based on what I've read, people think I'm a fucking maniac." Well, you're not, so yeah. You're a peaceful man. September 24th, 2012. Today I was sent Happy Ended the Demolition Derby by that man. Who is this man? What is this man about? Is he secretly helping terrorism? Or is this man just spirits? I don't know. Unlike the other episodes, which rehashed the intro from season 1, the intro for this episode was different. The production reel thing was played on the radio while reused footage from season 2 started playing. Interestingly, there wasn't any from the snuff episodes for whatever reason. After the music ended, the title of the episode came up in a plain Arial font. That episode begins with Happy Happy passing out flyers as big as his head to random children in the park. He turns to the camera and says, "Hey kids, it's your good old pal Happy Happy. I'm entering a demolition derby tomorrow, and I'm trying to get some kids to support me and come to the race." It cuts to Happy healing a girl who had cut herself on a small piece of wood. Happy tells her that she should come and support him at the demolition derby. She agrees, but says, "Happy, what could I do to support you in the demolition derby?" Happy kindly tells her that she can hold up signs in the audience when he races. It goes to a few hours later where Happy Happy is seen at a new, larger house watching her Happy on TV. Someone is heard knocking on the door, her opposite, and the person knocking turns out to be Fredrik, who has a demented smirk on his face. They both talk casually about the weather and other things until Happy derails the conversation and orders Fredrik to stand close to the bleachers because he has something planned for the event. Fredrik somehow knows what Happy is talking about, and they both laugh in high-pitched voices. I don't know. It cuts to a few days later, which shows Happy and Fredrik standing in front of the area where the derby is going to be held. As Happy is about to enter the arena, Fredrik wishes him good luck. Happy's vehicle is shown, which is an ambulance with metal spikes on it. It zooms into the front of the car, and Happy proceeds to say, "Just so you know, I didn't choose my van for the derby." All Happy doesn't want to get his van wrecked again. The intercom announces that the derby would start in 5 minutes. For nearly a minute, Happy does a death smile. After that, Happy opens the window and starts waving at the children. After 4 minutes of filler, the demolition derby begins. For a while, stock footage of the demolition derby from the late 1990s plays. What the fuck? It often cuts to Happy driving his vehicle and the children in the audience. As the scene goes on, Happy seems to get more demented and violent, as in trying to ram other cars at fast speeds, while Amazing Grace faintly plays in the background. 5 minutes later, Happy turns to the camera and says, "It's time. What a good way to kill children. Oh yes, I'm a genius." No, you're not a genius. Happy looks out the window and finds the girl that he talked to in the beginning holding his side saying, "Go Happy." Vine turns his car to her area in the bleachers and starts revving up at full speed. What the fuck? Soon he begins running over the people in the audience, especially the children. A lot of the children run off from Happy's ambulance, but several followers block the exits in the arena, helping Happy run them over. Happy turns his head to the audience and finds out that Danny is watching Happy, angrier than ever. Danny backs up into the corner of the bleachers, hoping that Happy hadn't seen him. Happy realizes that he could finally kill Danny, so drives as fast as he can into the area where Danny is. What the fuck? However, Danny gets out in time and the ambulance crashes into a wall. The driver's side door breaks off and Happy falls out. Danny jumps into the ambulance and hijacks it as Happy drags himself away. Danny begins driving around looking for Happy. He looks in the rear mirror and finds Happy covering in fear. Guess it's Dan. Danny chuckles, smiles, and completely steamrolls Happy over, and over the amount of blood sprays in every direction. Oh, I guess that's covering the stands with it, and Happy lets out a defeating screech of pain. Danny ends up accidentally flipping the ambulance over, causing him to fall out, limbs out of the arena. It shows Happy's corpse for a minute. His right pupil was missing, and his steam was shorter for some reason. Happy's teeth were missing, showing his tongue. The way his mouth looked was almost like he was laughing. Finally, his stick was missing. The survivor kids run over to have his corpse for a reason and start to cry. Why? One of the kids began to have a seizure and lets out the same screech as Happy did when he got run over. Another kid just stands there like a statue, expressing no emotion. This goes on for about 6 minutes until the parents, who are actually the followers without the masks and having makeup on to hide their identity, arrive and drag the screaming children off while laughing. What the fuck? At night, it cuts to the arena again, where Frederick lights up Happy's body. Frederick is wearing a different costume this time, consisting of a gray long coat, a bulletproof vest, a fedora, a belt with FG on it, and gray pants with boots. This fly is still alive. God damn it! How the fuck did he escape? He still wears the mask though, but only the facial portion is being worn. While Happy's corpse burns, Frederick and his followers start dancing around Happy's burning body while singing some sort of folk song. The dead children are still visible, and a few police sirens can be heard. Interestingly, another Happy walks in with white eyes this time. He proceeds to remark one of the strangest lines in the series. It's funny to see that those people think that they could just kill a clay puppet. Sadly, anyone can rebuild one and brings life to it. It really never gets old, does it, Mervyn? It zooms to Mervyn, who nods, and the dead Happy starts to float. The credits are the same, but nothing plays over the credits. Oddly enough, after the credits, instead of the promo, it shows the making of the episode, which is 21 minutes long, making the episode last for 51 minutes. September 26, 2012. Oh great, Frederick has left yet another unfinished post in my drafts. It reads as below and ends with mid-sentence. Jerrison, you have no idea what I'm going to do to you. I've been particularly busy these past few months, making brand new happy episodes for the black market. However, I thought that I should be focusing on killing you, not making new episodes. My followers are useless. I'll probably kill them late. It appears that I must have woken up once again before he finished the post. I haven't been on the blog in 3 months, and one day, due to more family-related matters, Vladimir still hasn't come over, and one of my friends from school was killed in a car accident, which wasn't caused by another person. Thankfully, I didn't see Frederick on my hiatus. However, he did leave one more text file on my computer under the file name Warren underscore Frederick Freddy underscore Rick.text. Hello, Jerrison. Board up your windows and doors like never before. My followers and I are coming to take you away forever and ever. Your friends at the Forensic and Friends Happy Fun Time Studios. Freddie, Johnny, Mervyn, and Ash. I'm actually a bit worried now. Frederick would stop threatening me. His followers up after. God damn it. His followers are after my blood. And worst of all, I adopted a stray cat last week, and yesterday I found a cat dead on the front porch. Fucking hell, with huge slash marks going across her face. I need to do something about this. Oh yeah, and some more episodes were announced while I was gone. There are Happy's Hotel Part 2, Forensic Rises, and Forensic Rises Part 2. Also, another movie was announced and it's probably going to be in 3 parts. The promo for Happy's Hotel Part 2 shows the hotel being set on fire by Happy, bringing a new family inside, with Danny running in terror. It abruptly ends. And one of these had been filmed a while ago because Friedrich couldn't possibly attempt to kill me while making new episodes. I have yet to receive the promo for Forensic Rises and Forensic Rises Part 2. The second Happy movie's first part has been leaked into a torrent under the name Ham P1 Forensic Final.avi. Just so you know, the man who sent me the episode downloads gave me the torrent. During the time I was gone, 2 more followers were arrested. They were Michael Abbott and Windsor Sherburne, which is nice to know, but other than the followers themselves, who knows how many of Frederick's minis exist. In the second post, I just finished downloading and seeing the first part of the second Happy movie. Hopefully I will post about it in either tomorrow or a week from now. December 5th, 2012. Today, Jim finally managed to get Nickelodeon to talk about Happy and told me to come over. Here's the conversation I had with the manager. But before we read the script or the lines, let me just take one sip. Okay, there was 2 sips, but that would do. Oh, hello? Oh, hello, you're Jason Yakovlev, right? Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say that your blog is quite frankly one of the most interesting things I've ever read. Oh, thanks. I have a couple of questions to ask you about the show. Of course, I'll try to answer them. First, why was Attack of the Killer Apples declined? The show wasn't exactly funny. The budget would have been too large, and the fact that we would have to pay copyrights to make a parody title of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes made us decline it. Alright. Where exactly did they film the playground? Oh, there we go. Well, they either filmed it at 1 or 2 places, as set inside a studio or an actual playground that the set was designed to look like. Why did you air the Happy episode, even though the show was banned? We didn't air the Classmate episode at all. It has to be that Frederick man or one of his followers. Oh, that explains a lot. Goodbye. We need to know more, bruh. Yeah. Oh, the boss won't even do that. He is sleeping right now. He is definitely sleeping. Don't worry, he won't be up. December 6, 2012. Today I finally got around to making Happy's Hotel Part 2. The intro was the same as Happy and the Demolition Derby. There were various clips of the later seasons playing over a piano rendition of the theme song. However, there were some notable differences. First off, the clips which were originally on Season 2 had some Season 3 mixed in it as well. Also, the clips in question were from the snuff scenes, with a subtitle at the beginning saying, "Suggestion from a Russian fan." That was very funny, Frederick. After the music ends, the video clip, which was the murder of Jenny, explodes into a million pieces, and the title comes up in Comic Sans. Sans? What are you doing? I don't know what you mean by that, but okay. It begins with Happy watching a news report on the burning of Happy's hotel. He laughs at the report, but just as he's about to turn the TV off, someone knocks on his door again. Happy walks over to the door and opens it. Happy gives a death smile. Friedrich walks into the house saying, Hey, Happy, I want to tell you something. Happy says, Hey, Frederick. That whole hotel thing was fun, wasn't it? Killing families in the dead of the night is certainly an interesting sight. We should do it again. Frederick agrees, and it cuts to a montage of Happy and Frederick buying building supplies at a ripoff of the Home Depot. They go over to the ruins of the hotel and try to rebuild it, resulting in a 3-minute long slapstick scene similar to the Laura and Hardy short, The Finishing Touch. You got the touch, dun 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 dun. You got the power. Okay, I'm not gonna do copyright shit. Oh, I just mentioned that Fredrik was wearing the same costume that he wore in the ritual scene in the Demolition Derby episode. I guess it's his new costume. Eventually, the hotel was finished, and it looks like the one in the original Happy's Hotel, but larger and with a different paint job. After opening the hotel, Fredrik goes up to the counter and waits for a customer. A kid and his friends come in and ask for a room with the biggest bed. Biggest. Fredrik gives them the key to room 2A, and the kids run up to the room. They open the door, and it shows what looks like a regular hotel room, but the bed is twice as large as the regular hotel bed. The kids jump on it, make a tent out of the sheets, and play video games. Finally cuts to a few hours later, where the kids are asleep in bed. Fredrik and Happy argue over who's going to kill the kids until they reach an agreement. Happy will kidnap them and murder the kids in his van, while Fredrik cleans up the room. Happy walks up to the room and sneaks behind the 3 kids. He dabs a cloth with a chloroform and puts it over their mouths. Look at my dam! Look at my dam! Bitch, damn! Eventually, the kids pass out, and Happy drags them to his van. After an unusually long murder scene, which was 8 minutes long, Happy comes out of his van and does a death smell before coming back into the hotel. It cuts to Fredrik and a plastic bag full of body parts in it. He dumps them into the same metal trash can, which is overflowing with body parts. 3 weeks pass, and Happy and Fredrik have murdered around 7 families. Jesus. Why is it the same family as before? I don't know. As Fredrik grabs some coffee, a police officer comes in saying, Hello, I want to inspect this hotel. Fredrik puts his coffee on the counter and says, Sure thing. The officer begins to inspect various rooms, which are all clean. After a few minutes, he comes out saying, All right, the hotel is clean. I need to know this because of the various disappearances on the lot. Fredrik clearly lies. Don't worry, officer. No one has disappeared in my hotel, so you don't have to worry about it. The police officer obviously falls for his lies and says, Okay, that's good. After leaving, Happy comes out of the bathroom and talks to Fredrik. They discuss how well Fredrik had fooled the police officer and how they should trick Danny to staying at their hotel. It cuts to a few hours later where Danny is walking down the street where the hotel is, looks up and sees the sign which is changed to say Kingsley's Hotel. Then he realizes that the hotel was on the same lot as Happy's Hotel and decided to pay the hotel visit. God damn it. He comes in and Fredrik is seen in a calendar, but wearing only a shirt and a bulletproof vest. Also, his hair is orange for whatever reason. Fredrik says, Hello, welcome to Kingsley's Hotel. Would you like a room? Dan says, Of course, and Fredrik leads him to room 1B. Dan decides to pretend he's sleeping in bed, knowing that Happy would try to kill him. In the hallway, Fredrik and Happy will talk about burning down the hotel again, if only to kill Danny once and for all. Happy sneaks into room 1A, where another family happens to be staying. He proceeds to get a lighter and throw it on a bed. Instantly, the bed catches on fire and it cuts to Danny, who had fallen asleep by accident. God damn it. The sounds of screaming, gurgling, and burning forces him awake. Danny tries to open the door leading out in this room, but it's locked. All of a sudden, the wall near his bed collapses, revealing the burning room next to him. It also drops a flaming body on the floor, setting Danny's room on fire. Then he proceeds to ram down the door so he can escape. Just as the fire is about to reach the area where the door is, Danny breaks through the door and climbs out. He runs into the lobby and sees that all the rooms are on fire now. For a while, the sounds of people screaming, the burning of various objects, crying, and glass breaking are heard. Danny runs away from the hotel, and Happy and Fredrik climb up the same mountainside and Happy the pirate. They watch as the hotel catches on fire and collapses. Then he falls on his face on the sidewalk and looks at the ruins of the hotel. Burr and people are seen running away from him, screaming and crying, and after a few minutes, police cars and ambulances come over to the ruins. After that scene, the credits roll. However, Frederick, Gorgo, and his brother Johnny talk over them, discussing their favorite parts of the episode. Where Frederick liked the scene where Danny is nearly killed, Johnny says he liked the part with the three kids. The episode ends without a promo. Second post. I've just been emailed the promo for Forensic Rises. The final was 4 Rise promo, the MPEG 4. And the promo is 1 minute and 45 seconds long. Interestingly, in the file's metadata, it was created in late August. This might not seem important to a few people, but it gives some light on how Frederick is stalking me and setting followers after me since he made episodes months back. The promo begins with a flashback to Happy's vacation and her Happy from season 1, with Frederick in a deep voice saying, before Happy went insane, all was well for children around his town. Very slowly. After that, Frederick says in the same voice, after Happy went insane, things just went insane. In the same deep tone, it's just a clip of Happy running over Miranda from Mean Miranda. A close-up of a rotting apple, and the scene where he tries to kill June. It shows Frederick literally crawling out of a hole in the ground, rising. The muddy ground and gray block near Frederick's head could mean that he was rising out of a grave in a graveyard. The promo abruptly ends. This might be an interesting episode. Are we still rolling? Okay. What time is it? It's almost 3. We've almost been done this for like over 2 hours. God damn. December 9, 2012. I watched Forensic Rises Part 1. Oddly enough, the intro didn't start with the Happy theme or any clips at all. It started with a promo, indicating that it wasn't a promo at all. But the first minutes of the episode. After that, it shows Frederick being arrested by police officers. His remaining followers are arrested after. I would say that Frederick has a lot of followers. I mean, holy shit, I counted them. And there are at least 30 followers. Frederick and a few of the followers are taken to the police station for questioning. The video stopped and went to black. But the audio kept playing for whatever reason. The officer arrested Frederick steps up and says, "Hello, Frederick Gorgoy. Today we're questioning you on the illegally made snuff TV show called Happy, which you have illegally distributed to various black markets and counting the show since it was continuing the show since it was cancelled, making 2 more seasons." Frederick panics and for a moment goes to his same voice and says, "It wasn't me, it was that forensic man." One of Officer Police says, "Whatever," and another says, Hey, let's test this guy's mental abilities." The 4th officer says, "Yeah, guys, let's ask this Frederick man about his life before forensic comes to before the other turns to static. The laughing of Frederick as forensic and the pain screams of the officers can be heard. However, the whole entire episode was about 3 minutes long, making it probably the shortest episode in the entire run of the series. There was no promo or clip for part 2. December 11, 2012. 3 more episodes had just been emailed to me. But I will say one thing. To whoever is emailing me episodes, I will not accept them until I'm done with the last one sent, okay? Anyways, the episodes are called Happy Goes to the Circus, Redux, The Followers, and The Followers Part 2. The episode after The Followers will probably be a prequel to the second Happy movie. The only one I got email and synopsis for was the first of the 3, Happy Goes to the Circus Redux. It was Happy returns to the Banana Brothers Circus, only to find them bankrupt, poor, and with no acts. What? It appears to be a sequel to Happy Goes to the Circus from season 1. Okay. Wait, when did it go straight to 23? Okay. Okay, let's take let me see. Let's take another sip. I thought I heard something. But I can't believe that the goddamn fly escaped from the killing blow. God damn it. Yeah, it's now 3:03. God damn it. December 12th, 2012. I was trying to wait, hold on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 thoughts. I was trying to drive to the supermarket because I've been so paranoid that I've been unable to complete any tasks if they force me to go outside. Wow, he's like Face Jeff when he's mostly inside but not on the outside. And it's like me. When I opened the car door, the interior was covered with blood. I looked below the seat and found the rotten remains of another stray cat. Below the cat was a note that said this: I named him Fred from Nash. It was oddly disturbing, but I can't go into full detail about it. I got the next full episode of Happy Happy, Forensic Rises 2. This episode was a lot longer. While the first part was almost 3 minutes long, the second part was 55 minutes, making it the longest episode without a non-promo bonus feature. The episode begins with an intro. The audio clips playing only black. Frederick singing the theme song faintly can be heard. It fades into the title, Forensic Rises 2. The title explodes, letting us see the subtitle, They All Die. It fades into Frederick, who is dressed up as Michael Myers with a Freddy Krueger gloves for no clear reason, sitting on Happy Happy's couch. What? Distressed Happy walks into a frame and says, Kids, I'm depressed today. Freddy looks at Happy, who plainly says, I cannot seem to kill the asshole man is named Danny. Perhaps this will be the day when I give up killing people forever. Frederick tries to assure Happy that the next time Dan will die painfully and they will be able to murder children for the rest of their lives. Happy replies, Frederick, you are amazing. And you're right. You killing kids is too, well, fun to give up. Plus there always a certain Russian guy I want to kill. Very funny. Frederick puts on the hockey mask, grabs a hacksaw, and runs outside. He calls off for Danny, but no voice sounded like Danny's response to Frederick. It cuts to Danny driving down badly green screen footage of Times Square. This goes on for a long time, possibly beating the driving scenes from Happy's birthday. Danny's tires are suddenly blown out by Frederick and he crashes into a ditch. Danny's forehead is cut open, where he yells that his legs and arms are broken. Frederick laughs and runs over there to kill Danny once and for all. But by the time he gets there, he realizes that Danny was faking his arm and leg injuries. What later occurs is a minute-long fight scene between Frederick and Danny. It ends with Danny being accidentally knocked out by the van's door. Happy is still at home, sitting down on the couch watching TV. Frederick walks in, carrying the knocked out Danny. Happy is excited, believing that Danny is actually dead. However, Frederick says, Happy, he's just knocked out, he's not dead. Happy goes ballistic and attacks Frederick for not killing Danny. After a while of fighting, Frederick agrees with letting Happy painfully murder Danny. Cuts to Danny tied to a chair while Happy and Frederick watch TV. Danny wakes up and asks where he is, and he replied, You're at home, Danny. We wanted you to feel every single ounce of pain. So we waited until you woke up. Frederick gets a lot of fluid to pour on Danny until Happy interrupts him and tells him that he wants to pour the fluid on Danny. Somehow, Danny realizes that he can untie himself. While Happy and Frederick are arguing about the lighter fluid, Danny slowly slips out of the chair and hides behind one of the walls, listening to them. Happy finds out that Danny is gone and then begins laying out a long string of curses at Frederick, who looks in shock. Happy attacks him again, but this time with intention to kill him. Damn. In self-defense, Frederick reaches for a scalpel and stabs Happy in the eye with it, blinding him in one eye. Frederick pulls out a scalpel, allowing Happy to fall conscious due to blood loss. In a fit of rage, Frederick throws a lighter fluid all over the house, lights a match, and ignites the entire house. Frederick runs out of the house and locks the door so that Happy can't get out. He's down to the front yard, watching as the entire place crumbles to the ground. He remarks that nobody can stand in his way now that Happy Happy is dead. It cuts to behind Frederick, where the same soul as Happy Happy from the Demolition Derby episode is standing. Frederick begins to freak out, realizing that he has no torture tools to use. The soul as Happy Happy dead smiles and the scene fades out to black. Finally, after a minute, it fades back in to show the soul is happy. He's completely red, doing the same smile, while his eyes begin to glow white. It slowly fades into Frederick, who's absolutely torn apart. The last scene before the credits was the charred remains of Happy Happy and Danny in the destroyed house. The credits play over the image of the soulless Happy with what sounds like a cover of TCT by Frederick and his followers. This episode was weird and fucked up, and one of these events will come into play in the second movie. Until it gets released, I pray that I'm not murdered in my sleep by Frederick. December 4th, 2012. I watched Happy Happy Goes to Circus Redux today. It starts out with the soulless Happy Happy standing over the remains of Happy and Danny. The soulless Happy's eyes and body color will slowly turn into what Happy Happy's are. And it says, "Hey kids, ignore that my house burned down and those pathetic people are dead." He walks over to his black van, or shall I say, the remains of his black van. He says sarcastically, "Oh no, my van got burned down. Whatever shall I do now?" After giving a dead smile, he says, "Don't worry. Until I get in my van, I'm going to take Danny's car." Happy grabs car keys from Danny's pant pocket, climbs into his car, and drives off. Happy is on the highway when he says, "Hey, since Danny returned, I feel very nostalgic about my other, less natural friends. I'm going to see if the Banana Brothers are still in business." Oh no, not the bananas and pajamas. No, I'm joking. Happy drives over to where the tent used to be, but instead of a colorful tent, there's a patch of dirt where the Banana Brothers are sitting, crying in the background. You can see a tower in the background being built that looks like a freedom tower. Presumably, that was where the towers were before they were destroyed. Happy walks over to the Banana Brothers and says, "What's wrong, Ben Banana?" Who's the one with the Ben? What's wrong? Ben Banana, who's one in the top hat, said, "We ran out of money and we don't have any more acts to work for us." Happy turns to the camera and says, "Don't worry, Ben and Billy. My friends and I will gladly give you money and actually restart your circus." The Banana Brothers are very happy to hear Happy's offering that, and Happy goes off screen for a few minutes. During this, the Banana Brothers just sit there, not doing anything. Eventually, Happy comes back with vat of money. He gives them to the Banana Brothers, and Happy says his acts will come in next week. It cuts to a week later, where Happy introduces his acts to the Banana Brothers. Most of them are followers dressed in various costumes, but a few acts have, or are entirely made up of, clay food puppets. It cuts to another week later, where various people enter the circus. Happy Happy talks to the Banana Brothers off stage about how amazing the circus performance will be. Finally, the Banana Brothers come on stage and start off the circus. It cuts to an 8-minute montage of the acts performing. Unlike Happy Happy Goes to the Circus, these circus scenes were actually decent, which is not surprising considering that Frederick has more workers to help him produce episodes faster. After various stuck-up circus acts, it goes to the intermission, where Happy is seen wandering backstage. One of the followers walks up to him and says, "Hey Happy, we set up the walkie-talkies. Tell us when to do the grand finale." Happy says, "Alright, I'll say grand finale when it's the right time. And you do your stuff." The follower goes off screen, murderously laughing. He plays a second 8-minute montage scene, but when it's the last act, the jujube jugglers. Happy grabs the walkie-talkie and says in a staccato voice, "Grand finale." It cuts to a short follower and a tall follower near the cages where the tigers and bears are being held. The short one gets Happy's message, not just the tall one, and they both release the tigers and bears. The tigers went into the bleachers and start attacking the audience, while the bears attack the various acts. Another follower startles an elephant, which also runs into the bleachers and tramples people who try to escape. The Banana Brothers are horrified and try to stop the animals, but an obese Asian follower runs up to the brothers and peels their skin off. Finally, Frederick walks into the tent as fit as he ever was. He sees all the chaos that has gone on and decided to end his soulless, happiest life, even if it meant killing a few of his followers. He grabs a torch and sets fire to the tent. The survivors start running away, trying to escape the blazing circus. A few successfully escaped before the circus starts collapsing in on itself, setting even more things on fire. Felix skips away as it cuts to his soulless happy epic trying to get out of the circus. He tries to go through the wall, but it is quickly lit on fire. He waits until a piece of the wall collapses and escapes through that route. For the rest of this episode, it shows that circus burning to a crisp, okay, with various shots of the inside. At the end, there were no credits or a promo. All that was on the screen was an image saying, "The followers coming soon." Either it's saying the episode is coming soon or the followers themselves are coming to your house soon. Oh my god. We need to turn on music now. December 17th, 2012. Last night I had a nightmare that I woke up in the playground. Frederick and all 40-ish of his followers surrounded me, all with that freaky death smile. I couldn't move, and every time I tried to, they all walked closer to me after what I felt like a lifetime. I found the ability to stand up, and they all began attacking me like cannibals. It just felt too vivid to be a nightmare. I woke up in a sweat, screaming to calm myself down. I turned on the computer, watched some funny videos, and talked to some of my friends on the missing episode forums I usually visit. It was unsettling because the time I was doing those things, I heard loud scratching and whispering at the window. I tried to ignore it, but it kept going on. Finally, I grabbed my handgun, which I pretty much had with me at all times, and shot through the window. However, there was nobody there. I guess the scratching and whispering was a part of my imagination, or am I just getting too worked up? I don't know, but no matter what, I'm not letting Frederick take over my life. December 18, 2012. Someone broke into my email account and changed the password. How did he do that? I was online all night and I wouldn't know if he broke in. Oh yeah, I looked in my videos folder and found Happy the Fall was part 1 of 2 in there. The entire thing was 4 hours and 15 minutes, making it the longest episode by far. There's no real intro, just happy, written in the full VHS font. It begins with Frederick burying the remains of Happy and Danny in the grave, and the soul is Happy in another grave. While calm, soothing music plays, after burning them, he drives down his car off a cliff to avoid any evidence being found by the police. He swims back to the dry land and catches his breath. He turns to the camera and says, "Hello, I'm Forensic, or Frederick Gorgoin. After a long time partnership with Happy, we decided that all good things must end. In other words, I killed him after viciously attacked me, along with Danny, who we've been going after for a decade. Now that they're both dead, I can focus on just being a killer and no longer playing second fiddle to that clay apple. I would like you to meet my followers." Now, the camera distorts and cuts to a long, dirty hallway with some specks of blood on the wall. Frederick turns to a large room with a bunch of chairs. Frederick tells the camera that the chairs are for the followers, and they should be coming any minute. Right as he says that, loud footsteps are heard. Now all the followers, who there were about 50 of, walk into the room and sit down. One of the followers asks why there is a camera in the room. Frederick tells them to ignore it. He puts the camera down and holds up a photo of me to the crowd of followers. Frederick begins yelling at his own followers about why they haven't been able to capture me. They cower in fear of him, and he tells them if they don't capture and kill me, they will all be murdered. They all nod their heads, still afraid of him, and run in the building. He goes with them, telling them to hide behind some of the buildings because he somehow knew that they were too close to where I go to work at. And they will get me while I was driving there. When it shows outside, I immediately recognize that they were in the Lost Slaughterhouse. Freddy pulls out his cell phone, talking to his followers through it, like it was a walkie-talkie. After nearly an hour of just filler of him talking to the followers, he yells that he sees me and they can jump out now. I quickly saw that this was from August 4th because these same events play out. He drops the phone, runs in my car, and run him over. The camera falls on the ground and distorts. The followers stand around Frederick, while one of them grabs the camera and films him lying on the ground, with blood pouring out of his legs. He yells at them for not jumping out when told to, and forces them to drive off and follow me to work. About 6 followers, including the cameraman, get into a rusty truck. 2 followers sit in the front, while the rest stay headed in the back. What occurs is a long driving scene, which is odd considering how fast they're driving. They somehow catch up with my car, without me even noticing it's being driven by 2 followers. They follow me until I get to my job at the police station, when they park the truck in a large ditch. For a while, it's them quietly looking at the random people in the building, hoping to find me in there. Somehow they do not, despite the fact that I have a huge window in my office. One of the women notices the followers talking near the building and calls the police on her phone. They quickly run off to the truck and drive off faster than the state limit allows. The accident goes so fast they wreck into someone else. All the followers in the back fly out and most of them die, including the man they crashed into. First of all, it's good that the followers died, and second of all, it's really sad that the man died. The cameraman is wrecked and displays a lot of static, but not to the point that you can tell the police arriving at the wreck and arresting 2 surviving followers. The camera is picked up by an officer who turns it off. He cuts to Frederick, who's recording himself by a low-quality cell phone laid on the table. Be alerted about the wreck by a report on the TV. The same Frederick resurfaces, takes off his mask and says, "Oh my God, what have I done?" An episode fades to black with no credits. It fades into "To be continued in the Followers Part 2," and the episode ends. December 19, 2012. The promo of The Followers Part 2 was sent to my new email. My always now Frederick's, I guess. Also, the torrent for the second movie turned out to be fake. It begins with Frederick narrating over the footage of Happy Abby Goes to Circus Redux in a dark tone and fades to black. It flashes to Happy Happy's hand rising from his grave, Frederick being struck by lightning, then his body being set on fire, Happy fighting Frederick, the followers eating human body parts at the large table, Happy and Frederick stabbing someone clean through the face, a picture of me being lit on fire, and the soulless Happy Happy being crushed against the wall. After that, it shows Happy Happy and Frederick jumping out of a burning building. It freezes frames. And the title, Followers Part 2, pops up in the Friday the 13th font, and it ends. All I can say is that I'm going to visit my brother for a few days, because I rarely get to see him. I don't know if Frederick and his followers can get me there. Promise I'll be back by the 1st of January to talk about the movie. You mean by the 2nd? December 25th, 2012. Yes, tourism is finally gone, and now it is only I, Frederick Gogoy. There's a tip here, isn't? Do not leave a slip of paper with your passport on it. I mean, you make it too easy for me. Anyways, I hope you enjoy your vacation in Russia or whatever you're going, as much as I love slicing through your chest with a buzzsaw. When you come back, I hope you enjoy the Happy Happy 2 movie. I spent months editing it, and it's so natural. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention something. I kidnap more people and force them to become a follower. Will be nowhere left to go, Jason. We'll get out soon. I don't know. If you leave town, we will follow you. If you fly away, I will get a new identity, fly with you, and get some foreign followers to take you away. Also, I decided to stop wearing that pathetic disguise. I'll just update my look so that I'll look like another everyday natural human being. Good luck, Jason. I'll be waiting. Okay. Oh, that's something. What song is this? A Dreamwalker. Let's take another sip, because we don't have a lot left now. it's only like the vlogs from 2013. Left, right? Yeah, till February 7th. There it is. God damn it. Oh. What is Andy doing right now? I don't know. You know, this music is a bit more relaxing, you know? It is not that terrifying. I'll give it that. It's not that terrifying. What else should I say? I don't know. It is something. I'm just gonna take like a minute break just to refresh my breath. Yes, I'll accept the framework request. I don't know how long I'll be streaming this, because I think I'll finish stream like before time turns to 5 a.m. and I'm barely sweating right now. God damn. Anyways, January 2nd, 2013. Oh great, Frederick has been on my blog again. I must say I'm not much surprised. In fact, nothing surprised me anymore. It all just feels natural. Anyways, as I got promised, I watched the second part of The Followers. It begins where the first part of The Followers left off, with Frederick's sane side coming back, and him looking at the news in disbelief. However, what is shown on the news broadcast is one of the followers admitting who he is working for and where Frederick is located. It cuts to a live police raid when news reporters standing in front of the slaughterhouse reporting in on it. Frederick looks outside and notices the police cars and news station vans. He quickly runs into the darkness and puts his mask back on, hoping to not be found. The police break in and begin hunting for him, while shouting and insulting him at the same time. Forensic begins to come back out and Frederick tries to fight him off, while staying hidden at the same time. Eventually, it gives out. Forensic rises and takes out his knife, walking with a demented smirk on his face. He begins to attempt to murder the several police officers, but gets hit with tear gas, knocking him out. Oh, that's smart. The news report is shown recording the police carrying Frederick's body to the squad car. Several children are seen being released from the slaughterhouse, reuniting with the parents. It cuts to a live footage of one of the news reports announces several details, such as Frederick being the director of a rare Nickelodeon show, and him being responsible for many deaths over the past 5 years. For some reason, Danny is seen giving a smug smile while Frederick is being driven away by the officers, while many of the kids' parents talk to different cameras. A bunch of tapes, which I assume are the third season of Happy Happy, besides Forensic Rises, are being carried out. The scene fades out after what feels like the most satisfying scene in the entire history of Happy Happy. However, like some people say, all good things must come to an end. This is where the real footage ends and the fake movie footage begins. It abruptly cuts to a sane Frederick fearing a stereotypical police form on an electric chair. He isn't wearing the costume he normally wears and has a grim look on his face. It begs the officers to let him go because it was a split personality that did all the murders. The two officers in the room exchange confused glances, and before they can say anything, Forensic comes back and insults the two officers. They quickly fight Forensic with clear fake blood flying out of his eyes and mouth. This scene goes on for a droning 2 minutes with the same footage being repeated over and over, until Frederick finally dies. The title of the episode quickly flies in front of the image of Frederick's fried corpse. After this scene, a follower who isn't arrested or killed gets very pissed off and proceeds to murder a stunt double acting as Danny. A car is seen riding up a hill with Frederick's dead body in the back of it. The two police officers dig a hole and throws his dead body in it, not even bothering to bury him. They look at his body with angry look and drive off. A storm begins with lightning, rain, and hail going in every direction in what is actually a pretty good special effect. Lightning strikes Fiddick, and for a few seconds nothing happens. Fiddick literally rises from the hole, which must be where they've got the footage for a forensic rises promo, and lets out a disturbing cackle. He runs down the road, but not before grabbing a stick. A day later, Fiddick is shown harponing a stick into a spear in a forest, which looks like the same one from the early episodes of Happy Happy. He still does not have a mask and has a prison jumpsuit on instead of his costume. What am I doing? Fiddick hears a twig snap in the woods, which came from a group of hunters. He quickly lunges at them with his spear, stabbing each of them. After stealing the clothing and weapons, Fiddick travels to the spot he buried Happy Happy. He digs up Happy Happy's dead body, which is literally a raw apple just zoomed in on. Fiddick takes out an old book, repeats a few verses, and the body begins glowing. What am I doing? However, the glowing stops, and the pissed off Fiddick reburies Happy. Happy's arm breaks through the dirt like a zombie and climbs out of the grave. Once he dusts dirt off him, he remembers what Freddy did to him in the second circus episode and refuses to talk to him. Freddy says that since Danny is dead, they can both live in peace and murder people like they used to. Happy quickly has a change of heart and tells Freddy that a new park opened up, so he could kill some kids there. Once they leave, it zooms to the grave of the soulless Happy, who sticks his arm out of the grave. It cuts to a montage of Happy and forensic stalking and murdering children. One of the most sickening snuff scenes in the entire series, if not the worst. Ugh. The only thing that made the scene less painful was that very happy music was playing. After that shocking display, forensics suggests they murdered one of the police officers who tried to kill him. Happy agrees, and the two are seen quietly stalking one of the officers in their home. They look at him through the air vents, and before they can do anything, he screams, seeing Frederick with a deranged smile on his face. They both jump out and stab the officer clean through the face, making blood shoot out from every angle. They both high-five each other and agree that this would be their new home, since Frederick burned down the last home they lived in. Another montage plays of the two decorating the house with blood statues, images from the other season 3 episodes, and Napoleon 14 albums spread all over the place, as well as an abandoned sign on the front door. They also found the officer's lighter and set Stanley's running corpse on fire, and a picture of me on fire. This is where things really start getting fucked up. Frederick begins to shove raw body parts into the fridge for a feast with the followers, when Happy walks in. He tells them that he needs a new suit, or he will be caught by the police again. Frederick tells them that he will do something tomorrow. During this time, the soulless Happy is shown eavesdropping on the conversation. Finally, he runs at Frederick with a cleaver, screaming. Frederick gets a sledgehammer and attacks the soulless Happy to the side. Happy says, "I'll save you, Frederick," and starts fighting soulless Happy with a knife. After the fight scene, the soulless Happy is about to kill Happy when Frederick grabs a large piece of wood and crushes the soulless Happy against the wall. As Happy applies bandages to himself, Frederick starts to cut up the soulless Happy for the feast. Eventually, it cuts to a large dinner table where the followers sit down. The entirety of the table is covered with cooked human meat, and they began eating it for 10 minutes. Oh God! While Frederick tells them what their next plans are. God damn it. Finally cuts to a day later where kindergarten classes have a recess. In the bushes, Frederick and Happy are looking around with sickening smiles. I could already see where this was going. My assumptions were right, as they bolt out of the bushes with knives and began stabbing every kid on the playground. Already 2 snuff scenes in less than 30 minutes. The second one more sickening when compared to the other. Some of the stuff was traumatizing, and I certainly hope those were just really good special effects. What would you think of that? One of the teachers runs out and begins trying to save some of them. Happy pulls out a shotgun and shoots the teacher in the head. God damn. More followers come out and run into the school, possibly murder the kids inside. All of a sudden, the police arrive and quickly get off by the followers. Forensic calls for Happy to jump into the van, while the dead bodies are visible in the back. They drive off, with the remaining police trying to shoot out the tires. At home, Forensic has made a sickening mask out of one of the children's faces, while Happy laughs violently in the background. Oddly enough, the scene loops on for nearly 10 minutes, with the audio glitching out. The call is inverting, the VHS quality getting worse, and snuff photos being cut in between. Finally, the movie abruptly ends with a loud piano sound effect with words "The End" by Frederick Cocoy being shown. Compared to the last episodes, this is awfully short at 1 hour and 5 minutes, but that's good for me because I couldn't take any more snuff scenes. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I don't want Frederick to slowly murder me in my sleep. I want to live to see this man die. January 4, 2013. Team Forrester got back from his family reunion. Right after he came back, I showed him the second movie. Like me, he was angered by it. After that, we found out that the playground is close to where we live, so we decided that we should go visit it for evidence. When we arrived, there were unsurprisingly kids playing there. We ended up waiting until dark to start investigating. The area surrounding the playground was mostly covered with bark, but under one log, there was what looked like a human finger in the woods close by. There was a broken camera in the bushes. What was there must have been taken by police. However, that brings me to the main question of this entry. How does Frederick get away with all these murders? Based on what I've seen, these murders were indeed real, but somehow the massacre of an entire playground of children doesn't get even a speck of discussion in even my part of the world. January 6, 2013. Today was completely awful. I swear Frederick is hiding in my attic. Every night, I hear the same running and laughing. Last night I saw him licking his lips and looking at me for air vents. I want to grab my shotgun and blow his head off, but I was just frozen in terror. Frederick keeps staring at me for the next few hours until I finally went back into hiding. It was wearing his usual mask, or any mask for that matter. He looked almost like he did when he was sane, in fact. I absolutely got no sleep that night, and I had to go to work in paranoia that Frederick would be hiding in the back seat, ready to kill me. At work, I saw that everyone there was depressed and barely spoke any words. Finally, I spoke up and asked what's going on. Apparently, one of my coworkers was murdered by a lunatic in the night. This was Frederick's doing. I just know him. Also, remember when I said I found a broken camera in the woods? Well, it turns out the camera is still working in condition. It mainly consists of corrupted videos, though I will work on fixing them sometime soon. January 7, 2013. A friend sent me 2 CDs of the alleged soundtrack for Happy Happy. The jewel case that the CDs came in said, "Super Schizophrenic Songs, the soundtrack of Happy Happy," and had a picture of the followers in it, acting like they were in an old-fashioned jazz band. On the back was the listening, like the most DVDs. Written on the first CD, it said, "Season 1's second-rate songs," and featured decent quality music from Season 1. The order of tracks went like this. You see right here. Theme of Happy Happy, Bradley and Bully, Tinderbox, Circus Calliope. Happy Happy helps those kids. Theme of Happy Happy, The Happy Dance, production Real Piano. Music piece number 21. Theme of Happy Happy and another version of Theme of Happy Happy. The second CD was called The Amazing Musical Forensic Company. This music got 3 copies of that fucking annoying song from Napoleon 14, as well as some songs by musicians who had schizophrenia, with tracking TCT, Pow Art, whatever, I would Spider-Man's ass, Love and Mercy, Window Liquor, Revolution 9, TCT, again, Snaring, Very Gloomy Sunday, TCT again, and Spider-Man again. When I listened to every track, I took some notes if I found something interesting. Here they are. The theme of Happy Happy is probably the lowest quality track on the entire album, but it's in better quality than most of the episodes I watched. Tinderbox and Music Piece number 21 has someone breathing all over the tracks. The original DVD didn't have breathing, so it must have been added in by mistake by a follower. Snare was the longest track on the album at 8 minutes and 5 seconds. It fades out 4 times during the song. During the song, various sound effects were thrown in. They include pink noise, DTMF tones, and a weird click track. The cover of Spider-Man was sung by Frederick, and every instance of Spider-Man replaced with my name. What the hell is up with the followers? January 12th, 2013. Sorry for not updating as often, but some things have happened recently. The real Frederick, or at least many of his followers, may have died sometime during the week. I was present during a robbery of a local convenience store, but instead it was just one guy stealing money. It was this guy and his friends who held us hostage. None of them had masks, and I recognized a few of the followers. Personally, one of them I immediately recognized as the person who was responsible for a drive-by shooting in my area. When the police arrived, I was knocked unconscious by Frederick and attempted to shoot and kill several of the people. I'm not sure if this succeeded or not. When I woke up, I was in the hospital bed. They told me I was nearly shot in the head by the followers. Several bruises I obtained were discovered, but I'm just glad I was okay. Second post. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot. The footage is clean enough for me to watch. Basically, it's just an extended rough cut of the Followers Part 2 in even low quality. I discovered how they got the special effects for the movie done. For the big playground murder scene, they just used blood packs and stabbed at them. The shotgun effects were obtained with a flare gun being fired, spliced in with an older woman pretending to scream and fall over. I also found out why the rotten figure was there. It turns out that one of the kids got angry during the film, stole Frederick's knife, ran up to him, and stabbed him through the little finger. They literally threats it like nothing and cuts it out just to freak out the kid. One of the more disturbing details is that apparently the first snuff scene is real. The playground was a recreation, a very specific one. Great! Now I could rest knowing that children were murdered for a 1-hour snuff episode. I considered sending it on to the police, but if they found out, I could be in deep trouble. What would I write in this blog? Well, I feel like this is the only form of communication left. I can't leave the house anymore. Skype doesn't work that well. Jim hasn't spoken to me lately, and I'm too paranoid to talk to anyone. I restricted access of my blog to only a few people because I did not want anyone to call the police. God knows what happened if here's just being hunted down. Goodbye. I'm going to check the attic, basement, and I'm going to bed. That's what it is now. Paranoia and blogging and fear. Yeah. January 13, 2013. Upon watching the rough cut again, apparently there was more missing footage. Originally, it ends with Frederick just wearing the face of a murdered child while Happy rolls around laughing. This time, the scene after that is shown. It was Frederick hanging around the house while Happy is her using a sharp tool in the basement. Happy's mother is held close to the camera, and what's odd about this is that the scene is Frederick pretending to talk to Happy. I assume the voice actor would just stop his lines. But even if it was going to be used, it looks and sounds strange. And I could not make out a single word Frederick said because of the terrible quality. Some people in Bali made police costumes into the room and shot him. Okay, it's nothing special, but I just want to make it up there for the people who still follow me. January 14, 2013. Nobody's dead, thank you very much. The people who were arrested have been sent back to original prison. I'm still lurking in your house outside, wherever I feel fit. I'll torture you for a long time, and when your brain just quits working, I'll be able to see it, and maybe I'll off you. Until this happens, you should be ready for some scary, my friend. Actually, my brother wants in on this too. In fact, how about we do a family reunion? All my brothers and sisters and I killing off a worthless human being like you sounds so natural. Federico Gore. P.S. Leaving the house is just as dangerous as staying, my longtime friend. January 17, 2013. Someone broke into my computer and used each one of my accounts to send snuff videos to my friends. I just got done cleaning things up for the police. On my computer, there was a text file with links to all kinds of websites, with a few that were pretty disgusting. One of the websites was called YouTube, which I assume was intended to trick people new to the internet. It was the only one run by Frederick, and how I made it, I'll never know. I at first just thought it was a website that had no videos of the followers murdering people, but I was wrong. YouTube, in a very strange way, had the happy episodes, except the kid-friendly ones, behind-the-scenes videos, and just him and his buddies stalking people. The people who registered were absolutely insane. One person had a video of him brutally murdering his ex-girlfriend in the woods and hiding a body in his friend's basement. Another had an obese Asian man in a ripped-out warrior costume belly dance to classical music. Well, I wonder if he's the one who killed the Banana Brothers. The worst video was a 7-minute-long video of disturbing sights such as seizure-inducing flashing, people convulsing and screeching, random cuts of children being pulled by larger kids, and old 1920s cartoons with screaming replacing the real audio. The other videos were read from other sites, such as a few random interviews with women and one with an amputee breaking dancing on a mat. What the fuck? On one page, it was absolutely covered in red. But when I highlighted it, had a few download links. They were all pictures. Oddly enough, what was even odder is that they were all photos of Frederick Gogoy when he was a kid. His face was blacked out, and several symbols were written on the side. The words "Don't blame me" were written in a circle along the edges of the photo. Oh yeah, and the worst thing is that I've heard that he's trying to bomb Nick with anthrax again, just a few months after they stole their signal. I hope Jim is okay. And he just got a new job there. Second post. Good news. No Frederick and or his followers haven't died or got arrested. My brother just told me that he is definitely coming over sometime soon. I'm not telling you guys exactly when he'll be over, but it'll be early February. Also, it happens to be his birthday today. He's turning 20. Hey, happy birthday. What was his brother's name again? God damn it, I forgot. What the fuck? Sorry, I had to clear my throat. January 18, 2013. Today I got an email from a local fan saying that my vlog was mentioned in one of my front page articles of today's newspaper. Dialing this, I grabbed the local newspaper and flipped to the front page. Although I couldn't find anything at first, I found a news article saying that the Otis lens factory had been burned down by unknown arsonists. I read the article and like the fan said, there's a paragraph in the article about my vlog. There's a transcript. One of the possible identities of the arsonist is infamous murderer Frederick Gogoy or one of his followers. Gogoy, born in Maine, was the former creator and director of the Cancer Noggin show Happy Happy, who decided to kill the former cast and crew of the show. This is because Gogoy turned insane and created a second season of the show about the tutelary character, as well as himself on an identity, Napoleon, killing people. The whole story of how Happy Happy was created and cancelled, as well as the murders that Gogoy had done, can be seen on a blog dedicated to a show ran by Russian-born Gerasim Yakovlev. January 19, 2013. Remember when I told you that I would be watching the second Happy Happy movie? Well, I finally managed to spare enough time to watch all 3 parts of the movie over 3 days. I watched the movie as it is over 5 hours long. The movie begins with stock footage of a film leader. A scream is heard as soon as the leader hits 2. After that, the text, the Happy Happy Movie 2 Part 1. Frederick forever fights towards the screen. It begins to spin around whilst flashing various colors, trying to give the viewer a seizure. Eventually, after a minute of flashing, it goes to black for a couple of seconds. It shows a clip from every episode of I was about to say Happy Happy, but then I realized that my brain has been gone from when I pull all the things that I've read out. All Happy Happy ever made, including the nice ones. In the background, faint chanting can be heard. This goes on for 5 minutes until it shows Friedrich on a couch in the police officer's house. On the coffee table was the mask that he made in The Followers Part 2. After 2.5 minutes of Friedrich watching an unknown TV show, Abby walks in frame and says, "Hey Friedrich, you know that just killing kids is getting boring, right?" Friedrich says, "Yeah, we need to do something so epic that everybody in the world will love us." Abby says, "Well, I don't know what we can do." Think for a minute and 3 seconds before Friedrich says, I know." He whispers to Happy and Happy laughs. It fades out and cuts to the polar forest where the Asian in the ripped mark costume is seen meditating. Friedrich walks up to him and slaps his stomach. He wakes up and says, "What is it, Lita?" Friedrich smiles and says, "Hey, Janto, I wanted to kill someone." Just pick some average Joe or Jane from the street and mutilate him or her. After this, get a bother to me. I have a plan that will make us world famous. The Asian man laughs and runs away. He is seen hiding in an alley between an Italian restaurant and a condemned warehouse. When the kid starts to walk along the street for no reason, but no one is looking, the man grabs the child and proceeds to take him to the warehouse. A 4-minute long snuff scene happens. It was too brutal to go into detail, just like the one in Vol was Part 2. Sorry, I was really confused now because that fucking hair strand is all over there. After this, Friedrich is eating dinner when the Asian man comes in with a bloody trash bag, cuts out the Asian man, cleaning up the table and dumping various blood parts on the table. Only the backs of Friedrich and the Asian man are visible as they talk about their great plan for 10 minutes. To put it short, there are 3 stages in the plan. The first involved blackmailing various people around Aberdeen, including a certain Russian man with the body parts of the kid. The second step involves going around and committing arson by destroying various buildings. The last step involves killing the people that they have blackmailed in step 1. It cuts to an 11-minute montage of Friedrich and his followers going around, putting various packages in people's mailboxes. Even though it's very grim, seeing the followers trying to stuff a big package to a small mailbox is hilarious. For example, one follower tears the package while trying to fit it into the mailbox, while another ends up having to tear the other letters in the mailbox so that the package can fit. Oh my god. It cuts to a few days later, with a pond where Happy drove his van into in Happy's parlor is shown. It turns to show Happy's van near the edge of the pond. Happy is seen reading the newspaper and fishing when he sees the article on the body parts. Glad to hear that Friedrich is killing again. Happy drives over to his house in a 3-minute scene. What am I saying? During the scene, the back of his van isn't as bloody as it normally is. Friedrich is seen watching TV when Happy comes in and says, "Hey Friedrich." Friedrich goes over to Happy and hugs him for whatever reason. After that, Happy says, "You need to murder kids again like you once did." Friedrich chuckles and tells him the plan, but in a much shorter time. Happy says, "Wow, this plan sounds amazing." So over in step 2, Friedrich says, "Yes," and takes Happy to his basement. It's full of old furniture with a large table in the middle. On it was a map of the town that they were living in. For the next 9 minutes, they look over the map and decide what building to destroy. They decide on 4. Otis Lens Factory, John Wilkinson's summer camp, Big Blue Almond Barn, and the police station. Happy remarked that they can't do all of those alone, because to Friedrich, going around and recruiting more followers. These followers include a man who served in the Rwandan genocide called Kwasi, a Swedish man named Axel Johansson, 2 Russian brothers, Arkady and Boleslav Popov. They are gone quick, and for some random reason, my high school ex-girlfriend Clara Romanov. What? This goes on until 99 minutes and 50 seconds in, where it cuts to the text saying, "Part 2 coming soon," for 10 seconds. January 20th, 2013. I'll watch the second part of the Happy movie 2 today. It began with 10 seconds of static, and after the static, it shows the title for the second part called Trying to save Aberdeen, like the earlier part, it started to flash and spin around for a minute. Afterwards, it shows Fredrik, two other followers, Arkady Popov, Happy Happy, and Classy in a van, driving for 5 minutes on various highways and roads. Playing on the radio was an electric guitar rendition of the main theme. Finally, they reach the destination, which is the old Otis Lens factory. Felix says, well, let's go ahead and destroy this place. We do want to make Aberdeen a safer place, no? Happy decides that he should burn down the factory and Quasi gives him some matches. It was just a car that was trying outside. I thought it was like something else happened. I don't know. As Happy enters the building, he notices that there is someone in there. After lighting a match, he throws it in on the wall, setting it on fire. All of a sudden, an unknown shape knocks over Happy. Happy says, what was that about? And an unknown shape says, this is revenge. As the fire grows, the light reveals a real orange on the stick with eyes and the mouth covered in. It had ears and a nose, which were actually from Mr. Potato Head. The orange says, I'm Otto Orange. The brother of Octavius and Oscar Orange. I'll come to kill you once and for all. What happens is a 3-minute fight scene which consists of a follower battling the two puppets against each other. During the fight, the fire grows, making parts of the roof collapse. Finally, Otto Orange knocks Happy out, and Happy's puppet is seen with bruises. Otto picks up the glass shot, and right before he kills Happy, Felix runs over to the blazing factory, screaming at him. Felix tackles the orange to the ground and stomps on him, crushes the orange for Otto's head. Felix picks Happy up and runs away from the factory before it collapses in on itself. After that, it cuts to a still shot of the factory collapsing as the 6 men drive away in a van. This goes on for 1.5 minutes before it cuts to black. The rest of the part was the 6 going around to the 3 other locations and destroying them by either explosives or fire. It was actually really boring because there was no one stopping Happy or the others from destroying the buildings. As it went on, I saw a lot of inconsistencies. For one, each follower has an alternating amount of blood on their clothes. Also, Happy keeps switching from the giant hand puppet to the smaller hand claymation puppet. After they destroy the police station, it shows the text, Part 3 coming soon for 10 seconds before it stops. Damn, my neck hurts. My neck hurts a little bit, god damn it. Oh my god, I mistakenly said Happy Happy by mistake. I am so sorry. Oh my god, hold on. Let me look at the notifications first. Let me look on the duplication glitch. Oh, actually notifications. Oh, Michael, okay, cool. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I get it, okay. Well, Eric hasn't tweeted anything later. We're almost done, guys. And then I'm gonna read 2 creepypastas and then we're done. Cause this shit, god damn, is even long. I think it's even longer than the first one. I am not too sure about that. Let's go on. January 1st, 2013. I barely managed to watch the third and final part of the Happy Happy 2. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling well, so I'm going to offer someone a quick description of the third part. Like usual, it shows the title, which was called The Satisfying Killer, flying up to the screen and trying to give the viewer a seizure for a random reasonable amount of minutes. This time, the seizure part took up nearly a quarter of the running time of the video. After that, it shows a montage of the people who got the body parts, which lasted for half of the video, doing the everyday stuff. After a minute of showing in person, it all descends from the nuggets area of the room and proceeds to murder them in possibly the most brutal of the snuff scenes. So some of you guys have emailed me for better descriptions on these parts. I'll tell you some of the murders in this montage. Just don't ever expect for me to do it again. The first murder had the follower initially kill the victim by cutting his head open with a handsaw, with blood and parts of his brain pouring out on the carpet. After the victim dies, the follower starts ripping off various body parts with a handsaw as well. Another murder had follower shoot the victim in point-blank range with a large revolver. You can see the head wound in grotesque detail, with the damaged brain clearly visible. A murder near the end of the montage shows the follower light the victim on fire, who tries to put the fire out. She eventually dies, and you can see the body turn for the rest of the scene. Almost jokingly, the follower proceeds to put marshmallows over the woman's body. Get the fuck out of here. Oddly enough, I wasn't included in the montage until the next scene after that, which could be the most pathetic attack done by the followers. It showed me quite clear wearing drag from behind. Eventually, a lot of followers stormed into the room and ripped the man apart like they were a bunch of zombies. After this, the last quarter of the video shows the followers and Happy having a party because they killed everyone that they hated. The scene, to be honest, was somewhat funny. John tried the dwarf follower, who was sitting on his lap, managed to break a chair just by sitting on it. Reagan was trying to break dance while drunk. Two followers, one towering, one bony. Bony. Were trying to make each other laughing by gurning, and Faye was biting on balloons and exaggerating the effect of being blown back from a balloon pop. The credits show every crewman who worked on the episode, as well as the victims in part 3. For some reason, I think that Forensic Rice's followers and the second Happy movie were reversed in order. What Happy was about, well, the followers fucking shit up. Forensic Rices and the followers part 1 and 2 is more like a movie with a less boring plot. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a mistake on the followers part. If I ever make an episode order, I'll mention this. January 24, 2013. I'm happy, but not at the same time. Things seem to be returning to normal in my life, but I just have a feeling that if I relax for a split second, fit again, those motherfuckers will probably kill me. However, things are turning out to be quite nice. Jim told me that he is the writer for a new Nickelodeon show, which I'm not sure of the name. My brother also said that he's coming over sometime in the first 3 days of February. I'm dreading this, honestly. He's immature, and I don't think it's good to have my brother come over with all this follower shit going around. But it's too late now. I'll relax for now, but I'll also keep an eye out, for I haven't seen any of the followers in a while. Anyways, the next post on this blog will be on this day he comes back. Okay. February 3rd, 2013. Okay, let's take a sip. He's finally here. My younger brother finally came over today. It was about time too. The only reason why he couldn't come to Aberdeen is because he lost the money he put aside to buy the airline ticket to go to Seattle twice. Because of his low pay at Telecom, it took him weeks before he finally got the money to buy the ticket. When he came over, he decided that the guest room would be where he could sleep during the time that he was here in Aberdeen. To be honest, Vladimir must be staying over permanently. I was actually dreading this since he first came over. To be honest, he's quite nice, but he's kind of immature too. Because of this, we often got into fights as children. As I'm typing this, he's in the living room, eating some pepperoni pizza he bought and watching America's Funniest Home Videos. AMFV. And no, he isn't sharing the pizza with me, obviously. And before I go, I want to share a small anecdote involving him. When Vladimir was born, his birth name was Sergei. In 2000, when he was 7, our parents became proud supporters of Vladimir Putin, who had just become the Russian president. Some kids at the elementary school got caught up wind of the support, and to mock Sergei, called him Vladimir. When Georgy, our dad, overheard one of the boys call him Vladimir, he talked to Nat about it. They decided to get Sergei's name changed to Vladimir because it was better sounding. I personally don't like his name changed, but whatever. February 4, 2013. I had to delete a lot of Happy episodes because of obvious reasons. Luckily, I saved them to a few discs and hid them in a small box. Also, here's a fun fact. Apparently, the name of the season 2 was the Sad Happy Pincushion Show, and according to a few sources, the original masters of season 3 were named A Fun Time with a Sad Apple. Okay, I thought I heard something. Felix alias was Angel G. Hullar for the cut of Happy the Pirate that was hacked on Nickelodeon. Not sure why he chose those random ass names, but what do you expect from a man who's that insane? Anyways, we just got back from getting some groceries and fast food. This is the first time in a while that I've left the house besides for work and picking up my brother. We're watching the DVD of The Simpsons now. Not very interesting, I know, but I'm just so happy that this might be over. I'm still keeping an eye out, so don't think I've had my guard down. The laptop's battery is going dead, so I had to charge it up. I'm signing out. February 5th, 2013. Thanks to Happy Happy and the followers, I got into an argument with Vladimir yesterday. He was being an immature brat, which I don't really mind as much as I used to. However, when he teased me about watching the Happy Happy episodes that were in the box, I got pissed off at him. I told him never to watch the episodes unless they want to be stopped by a bunch of fanatics who were ruled by some German schizo. To try to calm him down, Vladimir said that he was only joking about the episodes. This pissed me off more. For one of my pet peeves are jokes that take it too far. At the telling him that he shouldn't have come over to my house, he called me an asshole and stormed out of my guest room. I seriously hope he matures more in the future so that shit like this can't stop. It looks like I have to wait for a couple of years for that to happen. February 6th, 2013. God fucking damn it. I should have fucking known that the followers were going to do something like this. Okay. A few minutes after Vladimir came over, I had a very strong feeling in my gut that Friedrich and his followers would do some fucked up thing to him. And guess what happened? They kidnapped him last night. A few hours ago, I woke up and I went to go check on Vladimir. However, he was nowhere to be seen. When I went to the guest room, I saw that it was completely trashed, with a few blood splatters on Vladimir's bed. Arnold was known from 6 of the followers. True tourism. Remember when you said that you wouldn't start researching Happy Happy, and you shot and killed Tori when he told you to stop? Well, I'm sure you're going to oblige to a warning now, because we kidnapped your little brother. If you promise to stop researching Happy Happy by deleting your blog, destroying anything you own to do with the show, joining us, and helping us to kill the remaining cast, we will promise to never inflict harm on you or your brother, and bring him back into progress. However, I know that you will decline it, since you are more belligerent than all of us. So every day after you get this message, we'll cut your brother on various parts of his body until it dies from blood loss one day. Once we know he's going to die, we do an amazing live stream on that YouTube site. This will make every member on the site go after your blood. Will you destroy all the evidence, join us, save your brother, and experience the joys of murder? Or will you attack us again and watch him die? The time is ticking, Jurism, so choose wisely. From Fort Forensic, Quasi, Janto Yukimata, Reagan Quick, Arkady Boslapopov, and Fredrik Gorgoy. That's fucking it. Thanks to the fucking Fredrik and his brainwash followers, I simply can't research Happy Happy anymore. I mean, God knows what would happen if I decline their offer. Even though it promises the return of my brother, I don't want to accept the first option, to be honest, and even though I want to get my brother back, I'll probably tell the location of the followers' hideout to the police, causing all the crazies on YouTube to go after me. Although I really want him back, I'm going to decline the followers' offer for now. I seriously need some rest now, for all this ranting has made me tired. All enough, while I was sleeping, I didn't hear any glass breaking or muffled screaming. I swear I heard whispering in a footstep, but I'm pretty sure it was someone blasting music out of their car. Second post. I just checked YouTube. There's no sign of a live stream, but Fredrik is using to alert some of his followers. I have absolutely no fucking clue what to do. Also, I'm going to talk about the Jeffrey in the picture. Based on the video, which was a compilation of men burning some houses down, I'm pretty sure that's a foreign exchange student I knew in school. He never was much of a nice one. During 8th grade, Jeffrey claimed that he killed his 2 dogs and hid them in one of the elementary school's trash cans. He also claimed that he loved to read books about serial killers, especially ones on Ed Gein. God damn it. Jeffrey finally got expelled during ninth grade for trying to cut off the hand of a classmate that refused to buy drugs that he owned. Damn. That's twice the someone you used to know in high school has become a follower. I'm signing out and I'm going to think about how to make things right again. Let's see this image. This is fake again. I need anyone to get him up and this one. Huh. February 7th, 2013. Okay, that's it. I have enough of Felix tortures. I mean, it's just trying to mess around with my head, right? In fact, it probably is. Do you want to know why? A day ago, Felix uploaded a fake video to YouTube showing me typing a blog post on Happy Happy. The fake me was killed so that he can dupe his followers. How low? I'm going to be honest. I'm terrible. Yeah, that's right. I'm terrible. Why have I done that amounted to anything? Why didn't I stop researching Happy Happy? Ever since I watched those episodes back in 2011, my life has spiraled out of control. If I never watched the DVD, I would have just been a normal guy. But no, I had to look into what shouldn't be looked at. What have I done to help? All I've done is help Freddy Gorgoy get back into killing again and kidnap my brother. I didn't even stop, even after being warned. And hey, you know what? I bet $1,000 that because of my research of Happy Happy, Freddy helped with the school shooting in Newtown. I'm going to die. And I'm not even going to stop not even going to stop at that. My brother will die, Jim will die, and God knows who else will die. Another one of my friends was murdered last week. In fact, what does this say about me? In over a year, I've gotten 2 of my friends killed already. Some people think I've lost it, and maybe I have, but that doesn't even bother me anymore. I'm just sick of this, and I'm going to go drown my worries in spirits. February 8, 2013. I haven't arrived at work for nearly a month. I'm not even going back to it. Going to go back. Well, life is so fucked up. Why should I care if I don't have a home? For what I've done, I deserve it. The followers are taunting me. Still, last night, around 30 followers were surrounding my house, chanting. I never wanted it to escalate like this. I just thought Happy Happy was the cool little thing that I could research. But no, I didn't think that the show's fucking insane creative would stalk me and repeatedly ruin my life. Also, what are the followers thinking about Fredrik? Do they think he's some sort of dumb angel who will save them from the bad? And talking about Fredrik, I had a talk with Sergeant Newport. He had heard that the followers had kidnapped my brother. To help me find him, he rounded up 30 members of the police department, as well as Faulkner, to search out and destroy the followers. Even though it's nice to see that the followers are in greater trouble now, there's one huge problem with destroying the followers. We don't know where the hell they are. Even if we find out where they are, they probably killed Vladimir. I guess we'll just have to wait until we get another clue. On a slightly good note, YouTube went down last night. I bet it was either the authorities or follower fucking up the server. And you know what? That's it. That's all I have to say. Please stop following me, or you might be next to die at that fucking retarded brainwashed group's hands. I honestly can't believe that the fate of my brother is resting on a bunch of donut munching police officers who probably have no idea who Freddy Gorgot is. They aren't going to fucking save him. They will die. He will die. I will die. Everyone I know is going to fucking die because of my actions. I hope you're happy. You got this, sucko. Excuse you. February 9th, 2013. I'm a fucking mess. Ever since my brother was kidnapped, I spent nearly my weekly paycheck on alcohol to try and drink the whole abduction away. Soon I'm going to run out of money and spend the rest of my life as a hobo. Even if I end up homeless because of my drinking problem, I will never join the followers. So what if those fuckers scratch him up? Vladimir is pretty tough, I think. So it'll be sometime before they give him back to me. God damn it. I feel like every time I say something that I hope will happen, it doesn't happen at all. That's because I'm a fucking failure who likes to stick my nose in things that I shouldn't know about. Hey, you know what? I'm joining the followers so I can get my brother back. Yeah, Frederick, you didn't expect that, did you? Well, guess what? The first person related to Happy Happy that I'll kill will be you. Sure, you'll be saying you can't kill the leader of the followers. How about you shut up, you Nazi pieces of shit? You work on. Nay, directed the noggin version of Happy Happy, so your murder is way past due, and I'm gonna fuck you up. First, I'll bring you to the most abandoned place in Aberdeen and strangle you. Once you pass out, I'll do to you what you have been threatening to do to me. Unlike what you plan to do, however, it'll be 10 times worse. Not only will I film the thing and give it to every black market, but I'll make your followers feast on your goddamn flesh. It's just like that bitch who owns PETA, but more suitable to your standards. Once you die, you Burma zombies will recognize me as the new leader, and I'll bring your group to the ground. Try to get around that. I deserve to be locked up. You hear me, Newport? I want your psycho cops to lock me up for the rest of my life. Treatment like the followers don't exist and I'm completely fucking insane. Don't end my life short by giving me the death penalty. No. Just throw me in jail so that I can give what I deserve. Bypass the judicial system. Make a kangaroo court. I don't care how you do it. Okay, still rolling again. February 11, 2013. To everyone who's worried about the last post, I calmed down for the most part. Also, I have some good news for once. We found out where the followers are hiding. It was around 6:30 in the morning when I got a call from Newport. He claimed that he managed to kill one of their followers and that I should come over to the police station. After getting dressed, I made my way over to the station. There were two police cars blaring the sirens outside, as well as the sedan that was being inspected by Faulkner and another officer. I made my way into the station and I saw Newport inspecting the body of a man who had been shot in the chest. The dead man held an AK-47 and a pistol. I asked Newport what had happened. He told me that at 6:15 a.m. the man had come to the station, brought out the AK, and tried to shoot it up the place. However, he was killed a minute later by Officer Shepard. Newport told me that I would inspect his body for any clues on who he might be. I proceeded to check the overcoat he was wearing and found three clues. The first was a letter written to him by Frederick. To Douglas Franklin, the resident has now got 32 policemen to stop us with. Even though some of my minions have doubts, he's just chickening out. He should be a tough guy and fight us alone, or at least with a friend of his, and I'm going to see that happen. I wanted to kill some of the policemen that Jason got. Take the video camera that Quasti gave you and film the entire thing. I wanted to put it into season 4's first episode. Have his fun right, Frederick. The second was an old camcorder. It was recorded in Super VHS, so I will watch the contents of the tape when I get the chance. Finally, the third clue was the envelope was that the third letter had come in. I read it, and I found out that the followers were hiding out in the Gargoyle farm all along. I honestly should have known that they were going to use the farm as a hideout, but oh well. Since we know the address of where the farm is, we're going to have to go across the country to May so the followers can be ended once and for all. I honestly don't want to risk my life to watch the followers end. I've always risked the lives of 32 policemen and my brother because of the followers. I don't want to risk mine. I almost want to keep on a raid entirely. But I'm getting my brother back from the cultists, no matter what. Goodbye, my readers. I'll return in a week or so. February 14, 2013. We're now at Portland, Maine. The Gargoyle Farm is about 100 miles outside Portland, meaning we're going to have to get some fuel at the gas station. We couldn't bring our weapons on the flight, so the state police have given us a lot of weapons that we needed to use if we wanted to permanently disband the followers. The laptop needs to be recharged, so I'll see after we destroy the farm. Also, I've watched this Super VHS tape before we left for Maine. Most of what's on it are kills that Quasi has done during the Rwanda genocide. But at the end shows Douglas Franklin going to the police station and shooting it up. February 16, 2013. It is done. The followers have been disbanded. Since I'm tired, I'll only do this on the post this on the raid. During the night on February 14th, we followed the set of directions that would take us to Gorgoy Farm. As the roads were still filled with snow from the recent blizzard that hit the northeast, it took us longer than it should have to get to the farm. Halfway there, our truck got stuck, so an officer and I had to clear out the snow to get it moving again. We eventually reached the Gogo farm. The farm was pretty big, around 500 hectares in area, with a three-story building near the middle. There was a barbed wire fence covering the entirety of the border of the farm. As we made our way to the entrance of the farm, we saw a sign that originally looked like it read Gogo Family Farms, but because of the followers, abandoned was written all over it. As we got closer to the building in the middle, one of the officers claimed that he could see a few figures staring at them on the fields and in the windows of the house. Shepard told the officer to ignore them, as it was a clear attempt by the followers to get us out of the vehicles. We saw that we believed was Happy's van in the parkway, which may or may not have been the original one. Eventually, we reached the halfway point of the path. I grabbed a rifle and a pistol, as well as several cartridges of ammunition. Before leaving the cars we were in, we proceeded to walk up the rest of the house. We were all hearing me scream, "Hey, Frederick, they're here!" As soon as the voice stopped speaking, Newport said to himself, "Oh boy, this is not going to be pretty." All of a sudden, we heard something made of metal hit one of the cars. The only female officer to join us screamed that it was a grenade, and all of us thought that one of the cars blew up, alerting even more followers. At that point, what would have been a simple raid turned into the fucking invasion of Normandy. The followers on the field started to dash towards our group, armed with various melee weapons. We proceeded to shoot them as they were too foolish to actually bring a gun with them. However, every time we shot a follower, it looked like another appeared in his or her place. After a couple of minutes of fighting, it looked like there weren't any more followers in the fields, so we started to barge down the door. If we had noticed that 5 followers snuck up behind us, we wouldn't have lost 3 members of our group. When we hit the door the second time, we heard muffled screaming, and another officer said that followers were killing some of the officers. 4 of us proceeded to shoot down the group and stay guard for when another group tried to kill us again. I saw that the follower was trying to plant grenades so that we wouldn't have vehicles if we needed to get out of the farm. Thankfully, Newport also saw him and shot the follower before he could put a grenade in him. As the follower stumbled back, the grenade he planted was still in his hand. With a pin now, you can guess next what happened. Yeah, we all know what happened. Eventually, we barred down the door to see 10 followers armed with knives march at us. We ended up killing all 10 of them at the loss of 2 more officers. The 28 of us split into 4 groups of 7, each with different aims. The group with me, Newport, and Faulkner was trying to save Vladimir, while the others were about killing Frederick, stopping the followers and destroying the building. As my group went through the house, we experienced only one attack from a follower, which injured the female officer, but didn't kill her. After a while, we couldn't find Vladimir on the first floor, so we went into the second floor. What greeted us were the dead bodies of the group that were supposed to kill Frederick, which included Shepard. God damn him. Thankfully, we weren't horrified enough to not notice 5 followers coming near us. Once I pointed them out, Newport finally snapped and tried to take all 5 of them on. It was only a matter of seconds before he was brutally murdered. Rest in peace. God damn it. The 6 of us did manage to kill the group, but we made a pact to not be distracted by anything else. We checked the second floor for Vladimir, but we didn't find him. Thankfully for us, the 2 remaining groups below us were okay and didn't lose any members yet. Finally, we went up to the 3rd floor, which only had 1 room. The door was locked, but as we got closer, we heard the muffled screams of a male being tortured with a Russian accent. It was Vladimir. No doubt about it. We proceeded to barge down the door and saw a gruesome image in front of us. Vladimir was on his stretcher without a shirt, with large scars on his chest. His torture was hidden in the shadows, but his accent was similar to Frederick. He was even holding that damn knife. The room contained various statues made of body parts. Faulkner stepped forward and said, Frederick Gogoy, you're on arrest for being dead before being shot by a shadowy man. So I didn't want anyone else to be killed by the followers. I grabbed my pistol and shot the shadowy man. He stumbled, fell forward to show that it was Frederick's brother, Johnny, and ran to the structure that Fleming was on. He said, Yerasim, is that you? I responded with, yeah, it's me. You aren't as willing as I thought you would be, Fleming remarked. I actually joined them a day ago. Johnny B. God here was about to cut the symbol of the group in my chest till you shoot him. I explained, okay, don't do shit like that. I don't want you to become the next Patty Harris. Fleming sighed and said, I had to do that so I wouldn't be tortured, you see. But now you destroying the followers. Let's get out of this hell on earth. As I got him out, I heard the screams of the teams below us. None of the followers probably were attacking them. We had to get out and call the state police before we were next. We dashed out of the building, killing a few followers along the way. We got into one of the two trucks that had been unscathed. I proceeded to call the state police. During this, Vladimir was wearing my coat and I shot down the followers that dared to attack us. Okay, I thought the flash. Okay. We saw some followers running away from the house and I wanted to be arrested or killed. Eventually, the police came in over 10 vehicles and proceeded to arrest the followers remaining in the house. We were given statistics on how many policemen survived and how many followers died. 7 of us survived the raided house. There were the five from my group, Vladimir and Officer Saban from the Kill and Frederick group. 50 followers died, including Jeffrey, Johnny Gogoy, Axel Johansson, and Nash Ham. 50 followers were arrested, including Ray Boyler and Clara Romanov. Worst part is that about half of the followers are unaccounted for. Frederick, the Popo twins, Ray Django, and Fox Garner are the biggest members that need to be killed or arrested. I presume that Ray Boyler joined the fall was so that he wouldn't be tortured like Vladimir was. Vladimir is now in the hospital being treated for some of his wounds. February 17, 2013. This will be the last post of the vlog. It is about a new episode, Forward Death or Arrest of My Brother. It's about Frederick. On August 18, 2009, some guys have discovered a complete set of patient data for an insane asylum in Maine. It wasn't until the 1st of February that they discovered an erased name. Patient number 0369. After a few days of trying to read the faint handwriting, they had confirmed it to be Christopher Hause, Frederick's dad. It doesn't sound interesting, right? Well, no. If papers from the same asylum are to be believed, the creator of TCT, Jeffrey Samuels, did not create this song. Instead, it was Christopher who killed Elias Downer when he kidnapped his dog. When Christopher was sent to the asylum, an officer took the record up to Samuels, and he polished the song and made a fortune of it. The 1990 sequel to the song, TCT, was created entirely by Samuels, who already made songs by himself, to an exact impersonation of Christopher. This is why the voices didn't exactly match up. It also explains why Frederick has an obsession with the song. Second post. Since some people have been requesting it, here's the complete episode list. For season 3, I'll be using the actual production order than the order I got the episodes. So here's the episode list. Here's the 4th one. One last thing before I leave this blog forever. I'll destroy the Happy Puppet, the DVDs, the countless VHS copies of the episodes, and I've gotten YouTube taken off of the web. I'm not doing this for myself. However, I'm doing this because peace, hopefully. If I can destroy all the evidence that this show ever existed, no one will ever be killed because of the show. Vidic, if you're reading this, please burn in hell like the demonic motherfucker that you are. Woo! We are finally done. We're happy too. Fucking hell. That was like even longer. That was even longer than the first one. But don't worry, I'll be reading the final ones when I'm back home. It'll be somewhere in August or somewhere in September. I don't know. Stay tuned on that. Okay. I don't think we. Oh, that's the okay. I'll try to find something that's. Since we're doing this, let's take a video game creepypasta. But this time I'm gonna take a shorter one. So I'm gonna remove that. What about it? Okay, let's do Batman as well, which is based on the Grand Theft Auto myth. But first, we have to read where bad kids go. I must have been 6 or 7 when I lived in Lebanon. The country was ravaged by war at the time, and murders were common and frequent. I remember during a particularly vicious era, when the bombings rarely stopped, I would stay at home sitting in front of my television, watching a very, very strange show. It was a kids' show that lasted about 30 minutes and contained strange and sinister images. To this day, I believe it was a thinly veiled attempt on the part of the media to use scare tactics to keep kids in place. Because the moral of every episode revolved around very, very uptight analog stuff like bad kids stay up late, bad kids have their hands under the covers when they sleep, and bad kids steal food from the fridge at night. I'm not one of those people. No, I'm not. It was very weird and in a rabbit to top it off. I didn't understand much of it, but for the most part, the images very graphic and comprehensive. The thing that stuck with me the most, however, was the closing scene. It was remained much the same in every episode. The camera will zoom in an old rusted closed door. As it got close to the door, strange and sometimes even agonizing screams would become more audible. It was extremely frightening, especially for children's programming. Then a text would appear on the screen in the rabbit reading, "That's where bad kids go." Eventually, both the image and the sound would fade out, and that would be the end of the episode. About 15 or 16 years later, I became a journalist photographer. That showed that may have been in my mind all the time, popping out in my thoughts sporadically. Eventually, I had enough and decided to do some research. I finally managed to uncover the location of the studio where much of that channel's programming had been recorded. Apart from the research, I eventually traveling on site. I found out it was now desolate and had been abandoned after the big war ended. I entered the building with my camera. It was burned out from the inside. Either fire broken out or someone had wanted to incinerate all the wooden furniture. After a few hours of cautiously making my way into the studio and snapping pictures, I found an isolated out-of-the-way room. After having to break through a few old locks and managing to break the heavy door open, I remained frozen in the doorway for several long minutes. Traces of blood, feces, and tiny bone fragments lay scattered across the floor. It was a small room and an extremely morbid scene. What truly frightened me, though, what made me turn away and never want to come back, was the bolted cage microphone hanging from the ceiling in the middle of the room. Yep. Oh, let's read the final creepypasta. Okay. Jesus. Hold on, just to do some real quick. Yeah, okay. Ratman. And here we go. Liberty City really comes to life at night. During the day, it's crowded. Yeah, but not quite the same as at night. Nothing beats sitting on top of the skyscraper and staring down on the array of lights blinking and flashing in every direction. Occasionally, you can see a helicopter or plane pass by. In a distance, it's all so full of life. Would have thought that just under everyone's feet is the ongoing network of tunnels and subway tracks. The trains run all through the night from their lighted loading stations into the depths of those damn tunnels. Down in the heart of the trams lies a vast intersection of tracks. This area is also where a couple hundred homeless people flock to escape the cold and police. Most people like to call it Hobo Land. While I've not been down there myself, I've heard stories from people that have. A couple accidents happened which caused the train to shut down right on the tracks. People there conversed with the homeless people and came back with wild stories. of a strange being that apparently lived down in the subway. This man could eventually run swiftly, almost in a scurrilous fashion, according to several witnesses. The story eventually evolved to where the man was supposed to have excess spotted hair and the face of a rat, giving the name Ratman. It made a nighttime subway ride home all the more unnerving. I work in one of the skyscrapers you see at Liberty City. Most of the time, I get up at 9 p.m., just as the nightlife is starting to pick up, but it's almost always dark by then. A few of my co-workers take the subway home at night too, one of whom is actually a close friend. At some point around a year ago, my friend, we call him Jordan, was caught up in one of the trams breaking down. Not even 300 yards away was the maintenance entrance exit for the tram workers. So Jordan told the driver that would just walk up to the exit and ride a taxi home. While the rest of the riders stayed aboard, Jordan climbed off and started his short hike out of the subway. The only thing that is known after that it was around 4 a.m. Police found Jordan walking down the street in a daze. He was covered in goo, orange goo with the same texture as blood and stank like feces. It took a couple of weeks for Jordan to even respond, and once he did, he still had no memory of what happened between approximately 10:30 p.m. and 4 a.m. when he was found. I tried to talk to Jordan since he was a good friend of mine, but it didn't appear to be the same man until at least 3 months later. After that, he returned to work and resumed his life, but still talked noticeably less than before. One day, he and I were alone on lunch tour, and he started to speak again. It was the first time I actually seen him speak more than a couple of words since the incident. "I saw the rat man," he said, staring at the glass. "You saw what?" I asked, thinking he was delusional. "Actually, I fought him," Joyce said. "He just came running at me before I knew it, I was being clawed up. It was mainly just scratches, but just the way he moves. It was too fast. It was so fast," Joyce shuddered. I, I heard something. I managed to land one good hit on him and dug my thumbs in his eyes before he started emitting this orange-colored blood. That was what really got me. The smell was unbearable. I wasn't sure how to react. "What happened next?" I asked him. "He ran off after I got his eye. But I am certain he didn't die," Joyce said. Avoiding eye contact, "He's still out there somewhere, and I have to finish him off." After that, Jordan became obsessed with this figure living in subways. He'd often stay up all night riding the trams back and forth, hoping that he would break down. Other times, Jordan would actually take the extreme step of climbing down onto the tracks and follow alongside of them into the darkness. Armed with a camera and a knife, he snapped pictures of anything that looked suspicious. I only saw Jordy a handful of times after he became so fixated on the rat man. Once I visited his apartment, it was absolutely littered with newspaper clippings, sketches, printed articles, and alleged pictures, all of which supported the cryptid living in the subway. The dangle from his ceiling covered the floors, walls, and even his bed. Jordan himself looked horrible as well. He rarely showered or shaved anymore, so he stank along with the apartment. I tried to convince him to go to get help trying to clean himself up along with his home, but he refused and eventually left, defeated and worried by my friend. A few weeks later, Jordan quit showing up at his job. It was just like that. No notice, no excuse, just complete absence. When boss tried to phone his house, there was no answer. We all decided it'd be best to visit the apartment again, since he lived alone. When we approached the apartment complex, there was a large group of police officers surrounding the entrance. Apparently, Jordan was wanted off in the black tunnels of the Underground Railway. One night and never returned. A full-scale search started 3 days after he didn't return to his apartment building. The search routine ventured towards the heart of the subway, all the way to flocks of homeless people. They questioned many of them. A few of them more competent hobos reported seeing a troubled man watching Jordan's description. Imagine, goddamn. According to them, the man thought it to be Jordan was distraught and nearly sprinted towards one of the tunnels. He was holding a flashlight and had it aimed in the direction he was running. After that, nobody saw or heard anything else. After 3 more weeks, the search was closed and Jordan was given up or lost. There was never a body recovered, nor evidence to suggest any fate for my friend. Since then, I avoided using the subway. I just can't seem to bring myself to see those tunnels again. However, some of my coworkers still take the trams home at night. The trains still break down at times, and stories still come trailing back from the depths. The homeless people will still see a furry figure traversing the dark passageway of the tunnels. However, now there's a new series of sightings. Every so often, it is reported that beams of light sometimes flash past distant tunnels. The description matches almost perfectly with that of the flashlight. Part of me feels that Jordan died the night we ventured off the train and fought whatever that was down in the tunnel. But the other part of me thinks it's still down there. And whatever it is he needs to finish, well, I hope he succeeds. Oh, wow. We are done. We are done. We are apparently done with all this, okay? What the fuck did I just read on the first one? Happy 2? What the fuck? I don't know. Using what? Not incognito. What the fuck? I was trying to do something here. So, if you guys enjoyed the sixth entry of Creepypasta Reading, if you enjoyed this, then please give a like, which means a lot, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't want to miss any of my videos. And I'll see you guys at the seventh entry, either in August or September. But stay tuned till then. Anyway, stay safe, stay strong, and as always, peace!